Welcome back, boxing fans, to another great show with Sean on Boxing. Today we have Mbilli versus Sulecki live from Canada. Should be a very good fight. Obviously, Sulecki is a very experienced fighter. Mbilli is a monster. Today from Canada, we just saw Mahmoud bounce back with a big knockout win against Brown. Obviously, for a guy who was beat unexpectedly originally the first time to only then get beat several times after that. This is a big comeback. Obviously, he's trying to get his confidence back up after being stopped in multiple fights. So today was a good win for him. Obviously, against not the best of opponent, but Makhmudov definitely has a level, and we've seen what that level is against the majority of normal heavyweight boxers. He's a beast that just walks over top of guys. But once you put him in with the top 10 caliber fighter, that's when he gets exposed, when his endurance is exposed, and when he's shown that he's just not that good. I would love to see him against Big Bang Jang. Two fighters that are very similar, right? Two guys with big power, but terrible gas tanks. Let me know what you think about that potential matchup. For me, that fight would obviously generate a lot of money. You could do that on one of the Saudi undercards, and that would be a fun 4 minutes, or sorry, four-round fight for as long as it lasted. The good thing about Makhmudov, he's an aggressive fighter that throws a lot of punches, whereas Big Bang Jang is a much more calculated fighter, obviously more skilled fighter. So it'd be the younger, aggressive fighter versus the more skilled, Olympian. So I think it would be a great matchup. What do you guys think? Obviously, today I'm excited. We got some boxing. I wasn't expecting it. DJ, what's up? Hola. Jaime, what's up? Wayne Evans, salute. David says Jang is more durable and actually has legit power. Yeah, but Makhmudov has legit power too. And he's a guy that just comes at you. Because of his style, he potentially pushes Jang back, which could take away a lot of his skill and power. Because he's not the kind of fighter who's going to benefit from moving backwards, especially moving that 300-pound body in a back straight line. But that's why I say it's a great fight. Sure, you may feel that Makhmudov is going to win the fight. I don't disagree with, or sorry, that Jang is going to win the fight. I don't disagree with you. But for the 4 rounds that this fight would last, it would be fun, exciting, and both guys obviously would get nice paydays. But salute. So Mbilli, let's share our thing and look at this upcoming matchup between these two monsters. Well, one monster. So apparently the Norman Haney fight is off already. Who is surprised? Not I. But, shit happens. Hopefully they're able to work something out and we can still get this fight made because it's a great fight. And I don't know what direction either one of these two guys moves in if this fight doesn't happen, to be fair. Meanwhile, Wilder is about to fight a McDonald's manager. He is. And people are going to pay $80 to watch that. Well, not really. I don't think anyone's really paying to watch that. That's why I'm watching this fight versus Mbilli. And Tank is ducking the roach fade. It's not that he's ducking the fade. He's doing what people historically have done when they're on PEDs. They don't sign the fight because once you sign the contract, PED testing is then implemented. So you wait as long as possible before signing the contract so that you can get off the juice before the fight. That's what he's doing. So don't be surprised to see Tank Davis look fucking unbelievable on fight night because that guy is juicing fucking up hard. He learned from Floyd, right? You sign the fights really late. You're the A side. They want your money. So then you make them wait as long as possible. You fucking get all that shit out of your system. I think they haven't announced the Tank fight because PBC is looking for another network. Well, it's a pay-per-view fight. What network do you need it on? Pay-per-view.com shows fucking fights. You could easily put it there. What other network do you need? I mean, generally they've been paying the networks to highlight their fights, so you know it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Told you that left hook Norman KO'd Buddy with has Haney shook. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not surprised. If I was Haney's corner, I would say potentially this is a bad matchup and maybe we should move in another direction. Potentially a guy like Richardson Hitchens, right? Who talks a load of shit, is not a very likable guy. So you could really market that because he's never going to shut the fuck up and he's going to say rude, fucking degenerate things consistently in the build up to build the fight up. He's an undefeated world champion. So that fight would make a lot of sense. You could understand that face to face, those guys would totally fucking go at it because Hitchens is just that kind of guy, right? Whether that's the New York in him or whatever, or the Haiti in him, It is what it is. But let's look at this fight. Here we go. Mbilli, 28-0, 23 knockouts. 30-year-old tank out of France, fighting out of Montreal, Canada. 5'8.5", 72-inch reach. Let's put that in perspective. This guy has a 1-inch reach advantage over Devin Haney and is a half an inch shorter than Devin Haney. It just shows you, right? How dudes are, thick versus thin. He scheduled to fight Sulecki. Sulecki is much bigger than him as far as tall. Sulecki's 6'1" with only a 68-inch reach. So that's a big thing right there. Even though he's taller, he has shorter reach. He's an outboxer who's probably going to struggle to land his jab over Mbilli. Mbilli doesn't throw so many jabs. He's mostly an in-your-face volume puncher. But for Sulecki, he's going to have to time that jab nice to catch Mbilli coming in with crisp, clean jabs so he can circle out. But he's a great fighter. I know people were very critical of this fight, shitting on him and downplaying it, but let's be honest. His last fight early this year, he beat Ali Akhmedov. Solid victory, stopping him in the 10th round, right? Prior to that, he lost to Diego Pacheco. There's no problem with that. Sulecki's a career 160-pound fighter that is fighting against one of the top young, up-and-coming 168-pound fighters in boxing, who inevitably is going to transition to 175. You got 4 good victories there since the Demetrius Andrade loss. Even in the Andrade loss, he got outboxed, but, Andrade is a long fighter who had probably 4 to 5 inch reach advantage over him. He beat Gabriel Rosado, the same Gabriel Rosado that gave Danny Jacobs a tough fight, obviously beat Bekmel Kuziev, beat Jack Calquet, a guy that some people feel beat Demetrius Andrade, a guy that has given many people a tough fight. So he's been in with very good opposition. Usually he's the bridesmaid, not the bride, but, need that as it may. When you look at this guy, obviously he had his Derevchenko fight. We saw that fight, all of us. Most of us felt that if Derevchenko wasn't hurt, he probably would have fucking beat Mbilli, right? And then you go down after that, and I mean, Carlos Gongoro is far and away the best fight he's got on his resume. And that went 10 rounds versus Gongoro. After that, you could probably get Ronald Ellis, which is a good win, also went 10 rounds. So, well, this guy is an aggressive fighter with a high KO ratio. I don't think he's the hardest puncher in boxing, right? I think what he does is break you down from volume. And in a situation like this, can he be effective against a guy who's experienced boxer and mover? How about Zepeda Schofield, even after Shakur beat Zepeda? Well, Schofield got a win, right? So you're jumping the gun. I think Sulecki is going to go the distance with Mbilli. I don't think Mbilli is hitting like the odds suggest. Yeah, but that dude turned his back on him. Akhmedov. Well, what does that mean? That's illegal. You turn your back on him. You're breaking protocol. That's how you get disqualified. Just ask Tank Davis. Oh, no, sorry. He didn't get disqualified. Yeah, and that's weird is Derevchenko, despite being durable, was knocked down against Munguia with a body shot. Yeah, but Munguia is not a bum either. I know Munguia got beat by a French guy nobody knows, but Munguia is a serious body puncher. Mexicans, the left to the liver. That's the fight they learn from day one. Whereas most people learn the jab, they learn the left to the liver. So it's no surprise that that punch was effective. And Mbilli couldn't do nothing with him. Nothing. But in saying that, the Mbilli, or sorry, Derevchenko Munguia fight was still a fucking war. And many people felt that Derevchenko beat Munguia. So it just shows you Munguia was in with a solid opponent in Derevchenko. And then we saw Munguia get beat by a nobody. So I'm not suggesting Sulecki's going to win this fight. I do think that Mbilli's pressure is eventually going to break the pipes, but it should be a good fight. For people that try to downplay Sulecki, act as if he's some sort of bum-ass opponent, that's not true. He's not. He's a solid opponent, very solid. So don't be surprised when Sulecki goes the distance. Well, I won't be surprised. I mean, when we look at his last opponent, I mean, I know this guy is not that great. He was supposed to be good. Obviously, people were talking about him being the next Golovkin. That did not turn out that way. His chin is not that great. 23-2, 17 KOs, 29-year-old Kazakhstan. Both losses coming in loss by KO. Obviously, Sulecki stopped him in the 10th round. We look at who he fought. Oh, you know, he's not fighting bums, right? Beat Rosado, Paul Valenzuela, you know, a lot of fighters that are quality guys. But then he got knocked out in 12 rounds by Gongora. So when you look at those two losses, it harkens the fact that maybe this guy just has bad endurance, because it seems as if what happens to him is he breaks down late in fights, and that's when he gets stopped, losing in the 12th round and losing in the 10th round in fights where he was winning for the most part, right? He was beating Gongora and then got knocked out. He was losing to Sulecki before getting stopped. So go Sulecki. Just ordered Wilder's pay-per-view, getting ready for a great night of boxing. Well, if you ordered Wilder's pay-per-view, you're probably not getting ready for a great night of boxing. How much did that cost you to pay for fucking a cherry pick? I mean, I saw that guy fight in Vegas. Which guy? The thing is, too, Pacheco couldn't hurt Sulecki with headshots. Sulecki was knocked down by both Rosado and Danny Jacobs, but that was at 160. Yeah, getting knocked down, somehow people act as if this is the end of the world. Fighters get knocked down. Fighters get hurt. The question is, what do they do afterwards? At 168, Sulecki has a good chin despite that history. And that's why if Mbilli goes in there and knocks him out, it would be a great win. I would respect it. But unlike some people, I'm not a hater. And I'm not hating on Wilder. But come on, man. Jay, how much money did you have to pay for that pay-per-view? If it was anything over $45, it's fucking bullshit. Even $45 is too much. For a fight like that, $29.99 should be the highest you have to pay. Because why would you pay more than $30 for a fucking Deontay Wilder well past his prime? $25. There you go. See, that's okay. I have no problem with that. I was thinking that maybe they're going to be charging like $80, normal PBC type of prices. I know it's not a PBC fight, but it was like, come on, man. If they were to do that, oh, Jesus, they're just shooting themselves in the face. Because who wants to pay that much money to watch a guy who's already been exposed multiple times? But for $25, that's not too bad. I'd rather pay for porn than a Wilder pay-per-view. Me too. Now porn you can get where you just cam to cam. So it's almost like you're having real sex. At least you're engaging with the people, right? I'd rather pay that much money for that. Wilder is going to be champion in 2026. Yeah, right. You're fucking mental. I mean, this is what a PBC fanboy or an LDBC guy would say. Because they put so much energy into fucking building that guy up. Their whole fucking boxing existence rests on their success. Lomachenko retired. Bye. Loved you while you're here. Now you're gone. Okay, Roman Gonzalez is out the door. See you. I'll watch your fights on YouTube. It was a fun ride, right? Manny, you should come back. No, you should stay retired, right? I don't need to hang my fucking boxing identity on fighters. But these dudes, man, with the racial politics, it's just ridiculous. Your whole existence is based on how successful some black American fighter does. And you will say the most ridiculous things in the build up and in the process. Shit's crazy. Since we're talking about Wilder, let's take a look at his pay per view card for $25, which isn't too bad. I'm pleasantly surprised whoever did that did a good job as far as pricing it. As I said, $29.99 is the most money I'd pay for something of that magnitude. Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. There we are. So let's see this card. There is that. I was trying to think who's on this card that is interesting. And to be fair, there's nobody on this card that's really interesting. It's like a who's who of cast-offs and rejects. Like, literally. There's no one on this card that's relevant in 2025. Nobody. Not even Deontay Wilder. Dion Nicholson, some prospect in Trulio and Romero nobody's heard of. Nico Hernandez, I think he's probably the most relevant. Isn't he an Olympian? Jeff Page hasn't been relevant for years. Yeah, I mean, who knows who the majority of these fighters are? Machado, what's up? Wilder will be unified. Jay, now you're fucking ridiculous. The dude had plenty of opportunities to be unified when he was prime. Now he's old, shot, mentally fucking broken. And you think he's going to be a unified champion now? Good luck with that. Flyweight Olympic boxing medalist, undefeated. Yeah, Nico Hernandez. That's what I thought. I thought the name sounded familiar. (11-0), 4 knockouts. Fighting guys like this, 3-14-1. I mean, so far his resume at a certain point wasn't bad. 14-7, and then 6-1-1, 15-7-1. So there's like 3 opponents that aren't bad. The rest, yeah, not opponents that anybody's excited about. Jeff Page, this dude was relevant when? A million years ago. Got knocked out by Beterbiev in 2014. Fucking has been out of boxing since 2017. And now is bouncing back against a guy who's 8-11-2. That tells you everything you need to know. Not fucking relevant at all. Dion Nicholson, 21-1, 17 KOs. Had a few good fights the last few years. Has been pretty busy. Lost to this guy who, is nothing to write home about. So he's got his level. His level is just not that high. Devontae Williams, let's look at him. Not much power. Just got knocked out recently by a Cook who was 9-3. So, yeah, he is just a fucking opponent. Yeah, I wouldn't be excited to watch this pay-per-view because I don't think there's really anything that exciting on it. But you guys let me know. Is there any opponent on this card that has your attention outside of maybe Nico Hernandez, who I don't think he's really going to develop into anything special? Hawker Mustangs in the house. I thought the fight between Cizliak and Pascal was tonight. I think it is too. I thought where I haven't seen Wilder this motivated since the first Ortiz fight. Shut up. He talks motivated between every single fight. He talks literally like he's the baddest man on the planet. Hernandez was off 2 years due to leg injury. That's not a bad fight either. Good evening from the States, Sean. Good evening, Brian. What's up? That was a good video you made earlier today about Crawford Canelo. Cheers. Laying in bed. Before passing out. Sislyak is a good fight. Is that fight? Hi, I'm back. I pushed the wrong button. Stupid motherfucker. There we go. I'm trying to see Mbilli. Is Pascal on the undercard of that fight? You would think that would be the fight. French Canadian on the undercard. Maybe that's the next fight coming up soon. Stephen Butler fight still has to happen. Oh no, so no more fight, only the Stephen Butler fight. I don't know where the Pascal Sislyak fight is happening, but not here. What's up, Bacon and Eggs? Good day. You calling the Wilder fight? God, no. Is it a show on its own or is it on this card? It's not on this card. That's why I'm trying to figure out. He might get robbed fighting Pascal in Canada. Oh, come on. Canada's not like that. Unless you talk to Trump and then he totally tell you that's what Canada's like. But let's look. That's a cruiserweight matchup, so it should be easy to find Sislyak at cruiserweight. I know I saw his name mentioned when I was looking the other day. Fucking what's his face is trying to get another fight with Badu Jack. That's the last thing we need. Here we go. Michael Sislyak, 27-2, 21 knockouts, 6'3" pole, 36 years old with a 79-inch reach. Jean Pascal, 37-7-1, only knocked out twice, 42 years old. Got beat by Michael Eifert, or got beat by Michael Eifert. If he got beat by him, that dude's done, man. I think he's going to get his ass beat by Sislyak today. And to be fair, it would be better if Michael Sislyak won, because a potential Badu Jack versus Sislyak fight, at least it's a new opponent. Who wants to see Badu Jack fight Pascal one more time? I mean, we've seen that fight, and I don't think anyone was excited about it, even when it happened before. Nothing about Jean Pascal brings up excitement. And when you put him with Badu Jack, now all we're getting is fucking boring. There's no runners, but there's also no action. On the same card with Jake Paul and Julio Cesar Chavez. The underrated card. That could be better. Leave Uncle T out of this. Who's Uncle T? Bacon and Egg salute. Pascal is still fighting. I thought Kovalev ended him. I think Marcus Brown is on that card too. He is. Marcus Brown fighting Duradolo. So, good fight from Marcus Brown. What happened to Marcus Brown, right? He was the guy that was going to run the light heavyweight division. 25-2, 16 knockouts, one loss, of course, to Beterbiev. Lost to Beterbiev in 2021, fought in 2023, and now is fighting in 2025. This dude definitely kept himself inactive. Obviously also fought Pascal and Badu Jack. He wants to recreate that trilogy at cruiserweight between him, Pascal, and Badu Jack. We don't need that shit anymore. Let's move on, people. Duradolo, this dude's shot. He was been shot for fucking a million years. 10 losses, 8 KOs. The Nigerian Nightmare has a nightmare of a chin. He's fucking almost the equivalent of fucking Amir Khan. Fighting bum-ass opponents since he got beat by my Canadian brethren, Radzitsky, in one fucking round. 1 round. Rakapor knocked him out in 5 rounds. Makabu knocked him out in 7. Every time you see a name you're familiar with, there's a knockout loss to it. Sislyak knocked him out in 2. So I think the writing's on the wall. Marcus Brown with the 4th round KO. Uncle Turkey. Stopped him in two. Is Brown a cruiserweight? I hate that guy. He is a cruiserweight now. Brown is such a dirty fighter. He was a Spence butt boy too. Well, all those PBC dudes, right? They all fucking, you know, running trains on one another. They're like the P Diddy's of the boxing fucking community. That's inevitably why their careers all fucking went down the shithole. Mentally, that shit was too difficult on your brain. We remember Tank Davis and Adrian Broner fucking kissy, kissy, kissy. John's gonna get in his feelings, but hey, P Diddy, all those boys, all those brothers, all those brothers. Don't get me wrong, I'm not homophobic. I could care fucking less. P Diddy on boxing is Oscar De La Hoya. That's not true. Oscar De La Hoya only did stuff run ragged on himself. He wasn't running ragged on fucking other young boxers that he was tutoring and bringing up in the sport. You find none of that happening. None of that. He was running ragged on himself, getting girls to shove diddles up his ass and do everything else. But, you know, what a man does to himself, a man does to himself. What a man does to other men, that's a fucking issue. You should not be fucking doing terrible things to other people, especially minors and young men. But, you know, we know Oscar De La Hoya, much like Ryan Garcia. That guy had a turbulent relationship with his dad, was fucked very early mentally, you know, lost his mother and only had his dad in his corner who was a fucking dick. And, you know, that guy, those problems ended up popping up, obviously, during boxing, but obviously far more after he was a millionaire and lots of money and, you know, no longer focused on his boxing career. He was the R. Kelly of boxing. Probably more of that, yeah. Look into how many SA cases he has. Who? De La Hoya? But we know that situation. Bitch is gonna fucking be saying everything to try to suck money dry out of fucking dudes. We know how they work, how they roll. This is nothing new. If you're a man with money, you should just be fucking hookers because none of that shit comes back on you. You're gonna be going after normal girls. This kind of shit's gonna happen. Look at Kobe in the hotel with that fucking girl. She literally put him in a part of the hotel that was empty, snuck up the back stairs where there was no cameras, went in there, got railed by Kobe, went home, got fucked by her boyfriend, went to the hospital and said she was raped. Oh, underage chicks. Well, that's my point. Underage chicks also don't look underaged. The girls that fucking Kelly was fucking and the girls that I'm sure are underage that De La Hoya was having sex with, those girls fucking had fake ID. They met them at the club. They fucking were hooched out. They look like they're fucking 20, 21, 23 years old, tons of makeup. And then you go home, you fucking rail them, you're fucking drunk, you've been snorting lines, and then their parents are trying to use their age against you to fucking pull in cash. It's the same scam. It's the same scam all those parents tried to pull with Michael Jackson. Why are you letting fucking your kids sleep over at Michael Jackson's? You should be arrested because you're terrible fucking parents. But then you're going to try to railroad Michael. Why? Because you're using your kids to fucking make money. Shit's sick, twisted, bizarre. Not to say that De La Hoya or these guys are good guys. I don't know who they are. I could care less. It has nothing to do with me. I watch them as athletes. We know athletes are just fucking normal people. Some are cool, some are normal, and some are vile fucking scumbags. That's just the way life rolls. Here we go. Butler. This is a shame because Butler was really supposed to be fighting a real legitimate fellow Canadian, and now he's fighting some fat, out of shape, Sean Newton looking Mexican guy. So this fight shouldn't really be that intriguing. I'm trying to think, who was he scheduled to fight before? Let me look. I think Butler is what? 168-pound fighter, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe a 160-pound fighter. Stephen Butler, where are you? I'd like to see him against Banzinian. Oh, Sakampin. Look at Canada. We got tons of fucking Canadian fighters. So, Stephen Butler right here. Good solid fighter. No fucking chin. been in with some good opponents, got beat by all of them, stopped, brutalized, fucking run roughshod on. But he was going to fight another Canadian, which was going to be a fun fight. The Pride of Canada. I'm just trying to think who was it. Somehow it escapes my mind. Maybe he was somebody coming up from 160, because I don't see him ranked at 168. Samuel Moses, not him. Come on, Canada. Oh, not Volney. Was he going to fight Volney again? Maybe he was going to rematch Volney, but he already got knocked out by him. Derek Pomplamoose, I don't think it was him. Maybe it was Volney. Yeah. But nonetheless, it's a shame that fight fell through. I'd be much more interested in seeing two Canadians go at it. If you let your children sleep over at a grown-ass man's house, that is bad parenting. Fuck, man. You should be arrested. That's terrible parenting. What kind of fucking parent are you? That's some crazy shit. But here we go. Round one, Stephen Butler. I think Stephen Butler should get this guy out inside 4 rounds. He's Mexican, so maybe he's tough. I didn't look at his resume, but Butler's a good fighter. He's got skills. The problem is, obviously, his chin is fucking Amir Khan soft. When he was coming up, Stephen Butler, he was a protege in Canadian boxing. People were thinking he was going to be the best Canadian fighter of all time. Well, in modern boxing history, at least. Obviously, not compared to the old goats, but in modern boxing, that's how much praise he was getting. But inevitably, nobody is as good as they look. Everybody has weaknesses and issues. His were exposed fairly early. But I still hope he does well, gets some good money, some good paydays. Obviously, he doesn't have the power of a Lemieux. I mean, Lemieux was always a bit of a undisciplined fighter who was a little wild, but his power was difference making, right? But unfortunately, short reach, no jab, no ability to change up his style. He was limited. Then you have the Hattons. You guys remember Matthew Hatton? Of course, there was the brothers, but Matthew Hatton was the gold out of that family. That guy looked like a fucking protege for sure. He had everything. Obviously, coming from a deep Canadian family, boxing family, great fundamentals, good power. He was a monster. Who was his big win? Against Buster Drayton, I think, knocking out the champion. But then the problem with them is they're fucking French Canadian, right? They're fucking drinking too much, not disciplined, pulling a Billy Joe Saunders lifestyle. It's a shame because now people don't even really remember the Hatton family. I'm surprised that Matthew's son isn't somewhere relevant now because he must be that age. Because it had to be 20 years when Matthew Hatton was fighting, I would think. Time goes so fast. Maybe it was even longer. Yeah, this kid's just a punching bag for Butler. Has he even thrown a fucking punch yet? Oh, big right hand. Easy fucking work. Easy work. Butler's about to stop this dude. Sean, you remember Scotty Olsen? Wasn't he Canadian? He was. Scotty Olsen, a good amateur fighter. Bulldog. Obviously a limited guy, but fun to watch. Is that an Atari shirt? I had the system way back in the day. It is. Yeah. Benzinian knocked out Ronald Ellis. Mbilli couldn't. Something else to keep in mind. That's true. PBC is going to get a deal with ESPN. No, they're not. How about a fight with Zapata versus Navarrete? Well, if Navarrete moves back up to 135 pounds, I guess that's a possibility for sure. because he's not looking great right now at 1 fucking 30. Look at Canadian crowds. We're so respectful, so cleaned up. This is the chance to put on our clean shirts and big boy pants and go outside in public. Round two. Oh, look at that. The Mexican guy's coming out throwing. His corner said, "This Canadian's got no chin. You just need to land a punch. You can win. You're Mexican. You can take it. He's Canadian with a glass chin." That was a nice uppercut from the Mexican guy. Oh, he's bringing it in round two. Oh, there you go. Big left hand. Caught Butler's attention. Butler's like, motherfucker, why'd my mom give me this shit chin? Establish that jab, Butler. Double it up, hit him with it, and then you throw in the power shots. Don't lead with the power shots. That leads to him fucking hitting you. Dumb motherfucker. Some people just aren't smart boxers. They have low fucking ring IQ. Not like me. I have high ring IQ, but low ring body. If you hit me with a body shot, I'm going to puke on your shoes. That'll teach you. You won't hit me with any more of those shots. Luckily, I don't have much of a nose, so I don't have to worry about that getting broken too often. Let's go. Oh, there you go. Nice right hand from Butler. Starting to reestablish. Oh, got hit by another left. Dude. Yeah, keep that fucking hand up. How do you keep getting hit by left hands? You're like fucking Devin Haney in there. Come on, Devin. Let's go, Devin. This fight's turning into a good little scrap. Good back and forth between both dudes. Jab to the body of this Mexican guy. That'll set up your power shots. Come on. A nice stiff body shot. Nice left hand. Good rounds. Whoa. That was excellent. That was a very good round. Where are we? I think these days and times, girls should have at least one tattoo. What are you talking about? So that way we know you're at least likely to be legal. I thought Custio Clayton was going to be a player at 147. Tat in the book. Butler is getting clipped. He is. I've been watching your channel for a while, but never comment. Always hit the like buttons, though. Thank you very much, buddy love. I appreciate it. I appreciate anybody that subscribe to my channels, whether it's haters or fans or just fans of the sport. We take all kinds here. We don't have to agree. It's all about building community. And in a community, there's all kinds. The good, the bad, the ugly. But this fight wasn't bad. Round two was a fucking good round. Well worth it. Here we go, round three. Let's see if Butler is going to continue to fight the Mexican style or actually show some boxing ability. That's it. Establish your jab again. It's funny reading comments in the comment section to these these feeds. People are such trolls, man. The things they say have literally nothing to do with boxing. I don't even know how they're getting off on these conversations. There you go. Work that chubby body that guy has. He probably can take it though. Those Mexicans, they're used to getting hit in the body. See, now if this was a fight in England, I would pick the Mexican guy to upset the apple cart all day. Because those Englishmen, they just can't beat a fucking Mexican. Us Canadians, we're a little more familiar with Mexicans. See, you establish your jab, and now you've taken his offense completely fucking away. See how easy that was? Now you're hitting his body with that shot. Easy. He's already overreacting to the punch to the body. Now, if this Mexican guy was at a bar and I needed a buddy for a bar fight, I would recruit him in a second. He's a normal sized dude with good skills and tough as nails, so perfect. Kelly Pavlik was a great fighter back in the day for as long as he lasted, but obviously not a elite fighter. But he had his moment. Those Midwest type of fucking guys, they get big fan bases behind them, like Vinny Paz, Pavlik, Caitlin Clark, Mancini, right? If you show any ability and you're a white from the Midwest, you're going to have a really good fan base behind you. Man, what are those little touchy punches you're throwing, dude? I don't want to mention potential rival channel to yours, but the guy from Australia named Johnny has a good channel. Okay, there's quite a few Johnnies out there, so I never know what's going on with these guys. I've been listening to him a lot, dude. He's like 43 but looks 24. No homo, but whenever I look at my phone, my neck fat hangs down. I grew up with Kelly Pavlik. This is turning into a far better fight than I expected. Yeah, boom boom Mancini. No, it's not bad. Considering it's not the original opponent, at least the opponent is representing, right? That's all you can ask. Uh, yeah, but to be fair, Tommy Morrison didn't have the fan base you would think, right? These guys always talk about the next great white hype. That was Tommy Morrison. Fucking a heavyweight, good looking kid, great left hand power, like scintillating fucking TV. That guy should have been the hottest boxer in America. He should have had a huge fan base. That dude should have been doing what fucking Jake Paul is doing right now on pay per view, right? That's how popular he should have been, but being a legitimate fighter. But in saying that, he wasn't. That's why when people talk about, people wanting the next great white hype, I'm like, fuck off. Nobody's ever wanted that. Nobody's really cares. Nobody's really been pushing their cards in that direction. Not since fucking 1950, maybe 1960 at the most. Like in modern boxing, modern sports, I mean, if you're a great white athlete, you probably don't even get that much fucking attention unless you're a hockey player or potentially a tennis player, right? But in sports that have black athletes, like, you know, you're lucky if you get praised. You're lucky because you don't get a fan base just because of the color of your skin, especially if you're a white American. Johnny says boxing is the name of his channel. No, no, I've watched him. I didn't know he was from Australia, but yeah. And down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Stephen Butler ran in, looked like he was gonna fucking. Looks like he almost tripped over his feet, but good knockout. You did exactly what you need to do. against a replacement opponent. So don't get too fucking excited. Let's look at this guy that he's fighting, just to put it in perspective. Stephen Butler. Where are you, Stephen? Stephen Butler, ranked number 42 by BoxRec, was fighting a guy that was 29, 13, and 4. To be fair, like I said, the guy's tough, right? Only stopped once in his career. So stopping him, that's something to be proud of. But, you know, come on. This guy had already lost to fucking 3 of his last 4 fights. The fight he did win was against a guy that was 5 and 15. I mean, come on. But to be fair, Eric Bazinian, who's a hard puncher, wasn't able to stop him. So sensational victory for him against a stay busy type of opponent, because that's what that guy is. Nothing to write home about. The thing I don't agree with is people betting over Schofield and Farmer. People betting the over on Schofield Farmer. Why? Schofield lunges a lot and Farmer has a little bit of Tim Bradley in him. I think that fight is going to end in a headbutt. Oh, it could totally do that. But how many Farmer fights have ended in headbutts? I don't know if you could find one. Tim Bradley was a perennial headbutter, right? But Farmer, what fights ended in a headbutt? Now you're going to go fight Volny and get beat again? Because unfortunately for you, Volny is just too good. Too long, too awkward, right? Volny is not an easy opponent to fight, especially for Butler. Let's look at Volny. We scroll up there and he's like relevant. Volny. Oh, there's Callum Smith, Simpson. Bazinian. Where's Volny? Did I skip over him? Oh, Volny is lower than Butler. I can't imagine that. Okay, maybe you can go fight Bazinian. Bazinian and Butler. That would be a good fight. Obviously, we saw Munguia knock out Bazinian in 10 rounds. Hasn't fought since then. So, now may be the time for my Armenian Canadian brethren to step up and fight him. In this division, we definitely got to get some of these dudes fighting each other. There's a lot of unproven up-and-coming fighters like Iglesias, fucking Saggio, Simpson, Plantic, Martinez, Silligan, fucking Banks, the Namibian fighter, Beck, Nuremberg, right? Let's get these dudes in there fighting each other. Nikita Zone. Fag in the butts. Yeah. But where are we? I think the fight. I was wondering where I heard Butler's name before. He fought Janibek and got clobbered. Yeah. Well, he is bald, southpaw too. Laugh out loud. I just think the style matchup spells doom for people betting that fight to go the distance. Saggio ducked Iglesias. Well, and then Mbilli ducked Saggio. You always with the duck talk, man. Dude, come on. Don't be so fucking extreme in your takes. You're too old for that. You're not part of the LDBC, who makes a name for being fucking extremists. Now, Shishkin has agreed to fight him, which is good. Good fight. Good fight. It's not an easy opponent. Shishkin obviously has a lot of amateur pedigree, even though the fight's still not fucking scheduled yet. But where's Shishkin? Number 23, 16 and 1, 10 KOs. Obviously, his only loss, a controversial loss to William Skull, which most people think was pure bullshit. But outside of that, who's he fought? Jose Ustakeke. That dude hasn't been relevant for a million years. DeAndre Ware, Najib Mohammadi, not bad, okay. Like, he's definitely been fighting a certain level, far below elite level. So, what's he going to do versus Iglesias? I think if he lost to William Skull, he's going to get knocked out by fucking Iglesias. And then hopefully Julio Iglesias sings us a fucking romantic song afterwards. But for Iglesias, it's the same. His best win, Shevchenko is good. Kokaris is good. That's two good wins. Also, Isaac Chilemba obviously is 180 years old when he fought him, well past his best. But when you think about how many fights he's had, 13, his resume is pretty fucking solid. Fighting a guy 12 and 7, 26, 4 and 1 in your first two fights. This dude been fighting top level competition from day one. So it's about time he gets in there and does something. I think Saggio is better than Mbilli too. They're talking like September. Iglesias should beat him. He should. Problem with Saggio, he's just as unproven as the rest of them. That's my point. These dudes literally need to fight each other because they look good, but they haven't fought anyone. Saggio, 25, 22. He's 35 years old. Who's he fought? Nobody. Like, literally. Diego Gabriel Chavez, that guy's best fight was when he fought Thurman at welterweight. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, you go through his resume, it's worse than the other two guys I just told you. He's fought literally fucking nobody. Nobody. So how impressed should I be with him? Not very. I think the best guy is easily Diego Pacheco, 23 and 18. Kid's 24 fucking years old. Not 35, 24. 6'4", with a 79-inch reach. So he's going to have a longer reach than everyone. He's going to be able to establish his jab against everyone, unless somebody obviously is better. Trevor McCumbee, easy fucking work. Steve Nelson, quality opponent. Beat Sulecki, destroyed him. Steve McCallum, not a bad win. Marcelo Cocheres, good win. Gallegos, good win. Colin, obviously he's a young kid, so his resume did not start out so quick, like, say, Iglesias, who obviously was a experienced amateur before he became a pro. But I think the dude to be careful of is definitely Diego. But my favorite fighter is Lester Martinez, 19-0, 16 KOs from Guatemala. What fucking boxer comes from Guatemala? I don't know if Guatemala's ever had a professional boxer. 29 years old, dude's fought, not a lot of great competition, but he's fucking must-see TV. His next opponent, Pierre Herbert Dimbomi. French fighter, good chin, not much power. Got beat by Akhmedov, got beat by Bekmelikuziev. Fought a 180-year-old fucking Derek Finley. And that's about it. So his resume is thin. Every name opponent he fought, he's got beaten by. So look for Lester Martinez to knock this dude out and be the first. Let's go, Lester. Working with fucking Bud Crawford and his team. He is the real deal. I think Ukrainian guy Iglesias just fought is really skilled. Iglesias destroyed him. I believe Pacheco and Lester Martinez are on a similar level, 2A, 2B. Iglesias is the best. Of course you think Iglesias is the best. Oh. Sustenance at last. How old is Iglesias? I know he's not that old. He's like, what, 26. Pacheco struggled with him. He knocked him out, didn't he? Like, you can't use triangle theory to try to build up a fighter. It just doesn't work. Styles make fights. Iglesias, Pacheco, completely different fighters. The question is, stylistically, how do they match up? And whose style is going to be better against the others, right? Trying to use Cocheras to evaluate who's better. You know that's the wrong way to go, buddy. I mean, that's always been the wrong way to go. By this logic, George Foreman should have knocked out fucking Muhammad Ali inside 6 rounds. Right? Or by this logic, Joe Frazier should have beat George Foreman. By this logic, I mean, Tommy Hearns should have fucking beat Marvin Hagler. No, it'd be a great fight. But the problem is, obviously, Iglesias is a nobody. Dude's fighting out of Germany, right? You know, literally, he's fucking not on anybody's radar except hardcore boxing fans like you and me. Majority of people have never seen him fight, don't know who the fuck he is. When they see his name, doesn't mean anything. Literally, doesn't mean anything. Whereas Pacheco is a young up-and-comer. So he's on people's radar. Even if he's not a big star right now, at least he's relevant. There's Sulecki. Sulecki looking ready. And Mbilli, the Cameroonian Canadian, French Canadian, from France and now living in Canada. It gets complicated when you talk about Canadian athletes. Unlike me, they weren't born in Canada, 95% of them. I think it's going to be a good fight. Sulecki's no punk. Martinez is good too, but I just think he is a notch below. Yeah, no, me too. I think he doesn't necessarily have the physical elements that are going to make him a great 168-pound fighter. He could be a good contender. Stylistically, he might do well. He's short reach, short height, not that fast. Got some power, but he's not a Mike Tyson. Yeah, and the sad thing is the fight with Shishkin will be in the fall. Yeah, well, that's the problem, right? Too many of these guys are too inactive, not getting opportunities. Like I just saw someone shitting on Anui again because of him fighting Picasso in December. That's going to be literally his 4th fight in 2025. His 4th fight in 2025. One was obviously 2 are mandatories. One was a replacement. The other was a replacement. One a replacement for Goodman. One a replacement for fucking Picasso. And then Picasso and MJ are both mandatories. Like, how do you hate on a guy fighting his mandatories? That's what undisputed fighters have to do. Or else we see what happens. They get stripped of their titles. You got to fight your mandatory. Like, I don't understand why people will justify some guys fighting mandatory opponents who we know are bums, but then be critical of other dudes fighting mandatories, especially when one of the mandatories was a fucking unified world champion. Sure, Picasso's only 24, unproven to casual boxing fans, but his best win is fucking better than a shitload of real fucking people that get praised today. His win against the Armenian guy was fucking quality. Quality. There he is. Picasso. He beat this guy, Azet Hovsisian, 21-4. That dude is a fucking great win. A great win. Like, you could look at a bunch of dudes that people are praising like crazy. They don't have a win as good as that on their resume. This guy is quality. Even though he's got 6 losses, that shit don't mean anything. He's a good fighter. Nobody's destroying him. Luis Neri knocked him out in 11 rounds in a fight of the fucking year. Like that fight was fight of the year. Lost Picasso right after coming off of a loss, and then lost to this guy Reyes, right, an undefeated up and coming fighter. Then you go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fights when he lost to fucking Ray Vargas for a world title, right? Beat Ronnie Rios, right? This guy is quality. But people are going to act like, oh, who's Picasso? Who's he fought? Never even heard of him. It's like, shut up. You guys can't be that stupid. Well, you could be, but that's unfortunate. Here we go. We're ready. The time is now. But quality over quantity is sometimes a good thing. But what do you mean quality over quantity? So it's a good thing with fucking Nui? It's never a good thing. It's not a good thing for a fighter. It's better to have some bullshit fucking opponents on your resume and stay busy and stay active. It's going to make you a better fighter. Historically, everybody was fighting a lot, especially elite fighters. The least they fought, then they weren't at their best. The Shishkin fight will be an eliminator, right? I'm not sure. This is one of the mysteries of life. Why Inui gets all this hate is nuts. Because he's not a black American. You can't be a top level fighter that's not black American and not expect to be fucking hated on. Because unfortunately, all these YouTube channels cannot accept anyone that doesn't look like them being considered great. The problem is, too, Shishkin was in a boring ass fight, even though it wasn't his fault. Well, with fucking Skull, yeah. But that's the situation. Shishkin's also just not an overall overly exciting fighter. He's a Russian style fucking boxer, right? Without much power. Here we go.
Il nous vient de Varsovie, Pologne, et pèse 167,7 livres. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, professional record 33 wins in 36 bouts, 13 coming by way of knockout. From Warsaw, Poland, he tipped the scales at
best country in Europe.
167.7 pounds. Maciej
Sulecki. I don't think anyone could ever imagine saying Poland was the best country in Europe. With the Picasso fight at the end of the year, and Luis 2025 is better than a lot of fighters' careers. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He's going to easily be fighter of the year. Easily.
13 obtenus par KO de Montréal. Il pèse 167,7 livres. Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Professional record absolutely perfect. 28 fights, 28 wins, 13 coming by way of knockout. From Montreal, Quebec, Canada,
they both won
weighing in
against a boring opponent.
167.7 pounds. Christian Solid.
Who's praising Wilder on who's he fighting tonight? He's fighting a tin can that got beat by a prospect in Richard Torres. Literally, that's who he's fighting. Nothing to be fucking excited about.
Remember to protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves now, man. You're boxing at the bell. God bless you.
God bless you. Let's do it. The fight is now. Oh, well, the Dodgers can't win every game, buddy. Like, the Dodgers are the first team to get that 50 wins, and someone's talking about them losing to the Royals. Now you're admitting Shishkin was robbed. Round one. This ring looks fucking smaller than 18 by 18. I wonder if the fucking race fans are going to be upset. Oh my God, Mbilli is being forced to be in a ring that's fucking 15 by 15. That's racist. So Skull did enough to beat Shishkin, but Shishkin did better than Canelo. Let that make sense. Oh, the two-hand fucking shots coming from Mbilli. I would love to see Mbilli versus Canelo Alvarez. I think stylistically that's a great fight. I know the dumbassers are gonna fucking be talking about David Benavidez this and David Benavidez this. I mean, of course, Canelo fighting Bud Crawford is a mismatch, but of course, David Benavidez versus Canelo, that's legitimate. I mean, a way better fight would be Mbilli. Mbilli is the same fucking size as Canelo Alvarez. He's a fucking aggressive come forward fighter. That fight would be fucking fire. So far, Mbilli's having his way with fucking Sulecki. Skull did not beat fucking Canelo. You got to actually land punches to fucking win a fight. Running around the ring, you do not win fucking rounds from running. You win rounds by landing quality punches. I know you don't want to give Canelo any attention for his body shots. Oh, great, a little uppercut in the inside from Mbilli. Oh, what a statement win this would be. No one's going to give Mbilli much praise, but fucking if he knocks him out in the first round, this is a fucking big win. You can't. Oh, fight's over already. 1 round knockout. Oh, that's a fucking great fucking performance from Mbilli. Great fucking performance. Mbilli is also much fucking younger and less proven than Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez could not cut the ring against a guy who was jumping out of the fucking way. See, like that's the stupidest narrative I've ever fucking heard from, again, a stupid boxing fan. Like, you are not coming to fight. You are not coming to land punches. You are literally running around the ring. Sean John Boxing, if that was such a great performance by William Skull, go back and watch that fight again. I bet you won't. I bet you would never fucking go back and watch that fight again because it was such a terrible fucking performance from a guy who literally never wanted to engage. Never. Like, you do not fucking deserve to fucking win a fight when you fight so negative. That's why Turki Al-Sheikh said, fuck these dudes, man. You're never going to fight on my cards again. And he's never going to fight on his cards again. And I said after that fight, you will never see William Skull in the ring again. And you won't. Wow, great inside fucking uppercut. Got in the inside. Boom! Even though that punch doesn't look that hard, but in the first round, right? You didn't get warmed up. You haven't taken any punches. Man, it's fucking too much too soon. And that's what happened. Easy fucking work.
Outstanding in the fight. Gets through the fight with no injuries unless he hurt his hand on Sulecki's face.
Unlikely.
And so now he has a clear path September 13th.
Exactly,
and whatever
Machado.
September 13th is going to bring him.
Haney won because he landed so many body shots. Canelo only landed body shots.
Because that was... All right.
We are going to get another look at it, Matt.
Here you go. Right to the body. Left hook. That starts to bring his down. Here's the left elbow to separate the guard and the right uppercut. Just the left forearm, I should say, to kind of...
Mbilli, Canelo, what a fucking matchup.
Boom, right, left hook to the body. Here's the left arm, boom. Right uppercuts like he never sees it coming.
Just to give himself a little room to throw that punch.
That's it, boom. Just a little separation with that forearm initiated by Mbilli and right on the button. Mark Ramsey, Luke Vincent will let in the team, very happy.
And Sulecki, too, was still likely feeling the effects of that left hook to the body.
That's right.
When he swallows that uppercut to the jaw.
I know Mbilli was very humble this week, but he had said behind the scenes he wanted to have a better performance than Diego Pacheco against Sulecki.
Yes. Mesdames, Messieurs, chronomètre officiel, 2 minutes 28 secondes du premier round. L'arbitre Michael Griffin arrête le combat, déclarant le gagnant par TKO. Ladies and gentlemen, official time, 2 minutes, 28 seconds of round number 1. Referee Michael Griffin stops the fight, declaring the winner by TKO. And now, the WBC Interim Super Middleweight Champion of the World, Christian Solid Mbilli.
I know Turkey wants to make those Eubank and Shiraz fights, but I'd much rather see Mbilli. Way better.
On va s'entretenir dans quelques instants avec le champion du monde intérimaire des super moyens, Christian Mbilli. Ça fait longtemps que tu l'attendais,
Ça va bien.
Et maintenant, on est arrivé commençant.
Tout d'abord, j'aimerais remercier tout le public ici présent. Merci à tous. Merci pour tout votre soutien.
Merci.
Merci encore. Pour répondre à ta
Merci.
question, je me sens très
What's up, Stringer?
très satisfait de ma victoire. Et,
You missed Mbilli's fantastic knockouts.
Les émotions sont en train de descendre, mais je suis très content.
Tu as mis beaucoup de préparation là-dedans. Tu as sûrement visualisé l'issue du combat, comment ça allait se dérouler. On s'attendait à une guerre de tranchées. Est-ce que même toi, tu t'attendais à ce que ce soit possible que ça se termine au premier round aussi rapidement?
Je m'attendais à tout. C'est sûr que moi, je me suis dit à chaque opportunité.
Great win from Mbilli. Better than I could have imagined. Now, of course, the next big fight, Sulecki and fucking Jean Pascal. They said that fight's on now. I'm in Taichung. I'm horny. Yeah, okay. Sure you are. Here we go. What's this fight? I gotta love Saturday boxing. Who's this guy? Trejo. Oh, it's fucking the Deontay Wilder fight. Cuban. Some fat Cuban. Yeah, where's the Canadian fight? Bud Crawford's resume argument is old and trash, man. What Bud Crawford resume argument? What are people saying? The Sulecki fight should be on right now. Apparently, it's not on the Jake Paul fight. It's another fight card in Canada. I can't believe Canada had 2 fight cards the same night. That sounds crazy. Crazy. There you go. Is it today? Saturday, June 28th. Yeah, so that's going to be tomorrow. I don't know why it's acting as if the fight is today. It's not today. Tomorrow that fight is on. He ain't ever fought anybody. Well, that's not true. Bud Crawford has fought plenty of quality opponents. I think the question that Canelo brought up was, how many elite fighters has he fought? And that's valid. Outside of Errol Spence and possibly Gamboa, who obviously was past his best, wasn't active at the time when Bud Crawford fought him. Not that he was past his best, but he'd been going through so many promotional issues. He wasn't getting regular fights. So he obviously wasn't at his peak, right? As he had been probably a year or maybe 2 prior to that. But outside of Gamboa and Spence, what elite fighter has Bud Crawford fought? I mean, was Porter ever an elite fighter? Not to me. He was never an elite fighter. Was Amir Khan an elite fighter? No. With his chin, you could never say he was an elite fighter. Quality fighter, great fighter. Postile was never an elite fighter. Come on. Postile's best win was against a guy who was never a world champion. Jeff Horn, definitely never a fucking elite fighter. Never. What's Jeff Horn's best win? A fucking robbery victory over Manny Pacquiao in Australia. After that, who did he beat? Literally nobody. Gamboa and Spence. Burns, not elite. Burns is not an elite fighter. That guy got beat by a bunch of fucking mediocre type of dudes. He was a quality Scottish fucking world champion. Maybe one of the best Scottish champions of all time. But that does not make you elite. Nobody said fucking Ugis was elite. Who said Ugis is elite? Nobody ever in existence fucking said that Ugis is elite. I've never heard anyone say that. Burns became a 3-division champion. Yeah, against who? Who did he beat? He never beat a legitimate fucking top-level opponent. The only guy he fought that was top-level was Crawford. And Crawford was a prospect, up-and-coming guy and beat him. Spence fans, fuck, man. Don't listen to fucking Spence fans. We're talking to me right now, not fucking Spence fans. They're going to literally say everybody in his resume was elite so they could talk about how he's fucking a superstar. Yeah, world champions are not elite. See, come on, Holland Ninja. You're smarter than that. You know there's a difference between quality of world champions. I mean, come on. Come on. You have elite fucking guys. Generational fucking guys. World champions. Top-level contenders. Stepping stone fighters. Prospects. Mid-tier fucking tomato can dudes. Like, there's lots of levels to boxing. That's why they say it's about levels. Like, come on, man. Gamboa fight was a result of Mikey Garcia. What? What is Gamboa fight was a result of Mikey Garcia? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? I know the difference. You have continued beating world champions to become elite, Sean. You know better. You have to continue beating world champions to become elite, Sean. You know better. Hollow Ninja, you just listed fucking dudes that weren't fucking, they don't even live up to your expectations as elite. Gamboa wasn't doing that. Ricky Burns wasn't doing that. Fucking outside of Spence, potentially Gamboa, based on how good he was and his Olympic pedigree, Mikey Garcia and the PBC ducked. But what does that have to do with Gamboa? Mikey Garcia was not part of the PBC when Terence Crawford fought Gamboa. He was in contract dispute with Top Rank at that time. Probably because he didn't want to fight Terence fucking Crawford, right? But once again, I'm not hating on Terence Crawford. By fucking saying you fought world champions and good fighters, it's not dismissing you. It's not downplaying you. But we're talking about elite, pound for pound quality fighters. That's elite. Guys that are fucking in the conversation for pound. You can be a world champion and never fucking get a sniff of the pound for pound ranking. People in the comment section, what do you think? What's your comment? How many of Terence Crawford's opponents, world champions that he fought, he's fought what, 11, 12, 13 world champions? How many of them would you say were elite? How many? And I'm not saying this to hate on him, but you got to be fucking honest and fucking across the board fair. Beating world champions, 11 world champions. So that's why I said 11 or 12. So off the top of my head, I'm not wrong. So far, 2 people agree with me. Only Spence was fucking elite. And that's not disqualifying or being shitty on Crawford. Crawford can only beat the fucking guys in front of him. It's not his fault, like Golovkin, right? You can only beat the guys in front of you. If all the other fucking top dudes don't want to fight you, like Danny Garcia, who blatantly ducked, Mikey Garcia, who tried to get away from Top Rank so he wouldn't eventually have to face Bud Crawford, Manny Pacquiao, who didn't want anything to do with him, and I love Pacquiao, but that fight could have easily been made. Thurman, when Thurman was on top of the game, right? you could have fought fucking elite level dudes. I mean, Broner at one point, was Broner elite? Not really. Okay, but at one point he was getting conversation for a potential pound for pound fighter, right? These fighters all fucking walked away from potential. I mean, even guys that right now aren't elite but may grow into be elite. Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis could have fought Crawford. They were WBO mandatories. They ducked him, didn't want any of that smoke, right? So there's a lot of guys Crawford could have fought that potentially would be considered elite fighters. Unfortunately, right now, there's one. And that's just the way it is. When I say that, I don't say that to shit on Bud Crawford. Not at all. Because I understand sometimes these are the circumstances. You can't fight fucking all the people you want because they might not want to fight you. And I like Bud. No hate. Yeah, no hate. When am I hating Bud Crawford? By me saying he only fought one elite fighter, it's not hate. When I think of Canelo, I mean, Mosley was an elite fighter, but not when he fought him, right? So you got Floyd Mayweather. I don't put Trout as elite. I don't put Lara as elite. Lara could have been elite, but the problem is he was ducked by fucking Charlo, fucking Andrade, and all those dudes. Maybe Lara does scrape into elite. He did beat Miguel Cotto. He did beat fucking Austin Trout easily. So, okay, maybe I have to put Lara there. So, Lara, Floyd, Golovkin. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I'm not looking at a resume right now. That's 3. Is there more? Cotto. Kovalev could have been, but maybe the circumstances weren't the best. Otherwise, Kovalev was an elite fighter. But when he fought him, was he elite? Maybe not, but that's questionable. But we'll put him there. And then Bibble. So 6 fucking elite world fighters and a lot of world champions and top dudes that are really good. But I won't say they're all elite. And that's 6-1. Or let's take Kovalev off and say 5-1. 5-1. So 5 elite fighters against 1. And then you got guys like Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith, fucking Caleb Plant, lots of world champions, Austin Trout, a lot of fucking dudes that were really good fighters. Smith's brother, right? So all world champions. Are you going to say they're all elite? Because you can say that, and then Canelo still has a way better resume than Bud Crawford. So regardless of how you chop it, it is what it is. Yeah, like I ain't hating on him. Like I'm just being consistent. I say this is true for Devin Haney, Lomachenko. 1 elite world fighter he's faced, right? Tio, Lomachenko, Taylor. Taylor might not have been at his best, but, in theory, 2. Shakur, 0. Tank Davis, 0. Wilder, Fury, 1, and he lost 3 fights, right? So, Raf, what's up? Yeah, so I'm not hating. I just think, obviously, we got to clearly be able to define the difference between a world champion and an elite fighter. Like, obviously, if you're undisputed, it definitely puts you far more in the conversation for elite. You've beat other champions. You become the man in your division. You're not a title holder or a champion. You're the man in the division. So when you think about Lomachenko, right? Tio, Haney, Rigo came up in weight, but Rigo was considered pound for pound, and it is what it is. And then outside of that, obviously Mikey Garcia ducked him. Russell, Linares is a very good fighter. I don't know if you'd say he's elite. Petraza, a very good fighter. I don't know if you'd say he's elite. So, obviously George beat Tio, but that's a one-off, a fucking misnomer. So I don't think you'd call him elite. So Lomachenko, 4. Right? At the time, many thought Walters was, I forgot Walters. That's true, Walters. So 5. Yeah, Walters was considered the best fighter from 126 to potentially 135 pounds. After that Donaire victory, I mean, people praise Rigo like crazy for beating fucking Donaire. Walters fucking destroyed Donaire and looked great, sensational. So let's not go back in time and try to not give him credit. People say he was inactive. He was inactive. He could have fought Lomachenko after 8 months out of the ring. 8 months is fucking nothing. He chose to wait, and it turned into 12 months, which today is fucking nothing, right? How long has Bud Crawford been out of the ring before he fights Canelo Alvarez? Dude's out of the ring all the time for a fucking year now. I mean, it's consistent, normal. If you're a PBC fighter, you've probably been out of the ring fucking for a year. So according to their logic, all these PBC fighters, right, they definitely deserve tons of praise because they all fucking have been, waited out, like they say about Loma. But we know what people said about Loma. It was just them trying to hate. Crawford's resume is decent at best. His undisputed run at 140 is basura, only weaker. One is Haney's at 35. At that time, many thought Walters was elite. Stringer from above, never respect the dream. Well, silly ass. Who did Devin Haney beat to become undisputed at 140? Run comparing it to Bud's two Kambosos wins are better than Indongo and Postal. Postal is a better opponent than fucking Kambosos ever was. Straight up fact. Straight up fact. Indongo, not so much. But fucking Postal is way better. And he beat 2 champions to become undisputed. Maybe even 3. Wasn't there another one in there as well? Ricky Burns, Jeff Horn, Avician, Postal, Madrimov would all be known as Eurobumps if they were on Canelo's resume. Facts. Facts. If they were on Andre Ward's resume, they'd be elite. If they're on Canelo's resume, they're fucking Eurobumps. This is the problem with people that don't be consistent with the way they break shit down. I do. I'm not trying to fucking hate on anyone. I'm being consistent. Those fighters are all good fighters. They're not elite. Postal was good, to be fair. Good. Solid. Very good fighter. His victory over fucking what's-his-face, the Argentinian, was fucking shocking to everybody. Nobody expected that guy to go in and destroy him the way Danny Garcia could not. One email belt, the other Kambosos. Exactly. Waldo the Tro is back. Laugh out loud. Kambosos' win over Tio is levels above Postal beating Lucas Matias. No, it's not, because there was outside circumstances with Teofimo Lopez, out of the ring for a long period of time and had illness problems. Like literally was in the hospital after the fight because of a real medical issue, right? We know this is not Kambosos because we've seen Kambosos before and after that fight. We've also seen Tio before and after that fight. So that was a one-off. We know fucking if that fight was to happen again, Tio would fucking beat the crap out of fucking George Kambosos. I know you want to fucking dick ride it because that's literally the only thing you can do to highlight fucking Devin Haney's career. But that's the exposing that you fucking put on yourself. You literally expose yourself by holding on too tight to George Kambosos as if somehow he was elite. Not elite. Never elite. He was, but Nello would get little credit for a Postal level win. No credit. Haney's biggest win was a controversial fact. Yeah, Lomachenko, the only elite fighter on his resume, and the win was controversial. That's fine. You could say the same thing about Canelo's wins as well, but Canelo has multiple, 5 or 6 of them. Devin Haney's got 1. And we're not talking about Devin Haney. How does a Bud Crawford conversation become about Devin Haney? Because Devin Haney fans are fucking mental. Why Devin Haney just duck fucking a fight with a WBO world champion? Matias was coming off of a Danny beating. It wasn't a beating. He lost a fucking decision. Kambosos is a C-level fighter at best. Waldo moving the goalposts consistently. That's what these guys do. You can say what you want, but then Lomachenko gets no credit for beating Kambosos. Right? That's what you say. Lomachenko gets no credit for beating that guy, stopping him, being the first guy to stop him. But Devin Haney gets fucking bucket loads of fucking praise for beating him. Pound for pound, top 5 for beating George Kambosos. Because he's undisputed. He's undisputed. He gotta be pound for pound. Taylor fucking won the World Boxing Super Series, beat legitimate world champions to get those titles, and people fucking barely could even manage to put him in the top 10. And then still fucking never mention him ever again. Kambosos is an average fighter that had one good night. That's it. One great night. Yeah, he's all right. C+. Yeah. And that's why I knew Lomachenko was going to beat him. I knew Lomachenko was going to beat him when he pulled out because of the Ukraine war. When all the Devin Haney fans were in their feelings. Because it should be Devin Haney that gets the cherry pick, not Lomachenko. But the difference is Lomachenko was a pound-for-pound fighter. Devin Haney was an unproven prospect who only a fucking certain select fucking black group of YouTubers were actually pushing globally. Lomachenko was the obvious fight for George Kambosos at that time because the fight would have done huge numbers in Australia. Nobody knew who Devin Haney was. He was fucking gifted a fucking email title, and luckily he signed the contract to go to Australia. Because if he hadn't done that, where would Devin Haney be today? Where? Haney beat Taylor's best win at 140. So that's how you're going to give him credit. Okay. Actually, that's not his best win. You could say Ramirez. Oh, well, Haney beat Ramirez. Yeah, so Devin Haney is fighting fucking somebody else's leftovers. Remember that, how that works out, right? We remember these conversations, silly ass Waldo. We remember how you guys love to fucking talk about dudes chasing other guys' leftovers. But you're going to give Devin Haney 100% credit for fighting somebody's leftovers. Really? Good win. Pro Grace win. I said his best win of his career. But let's keep the fact straight. If that was Pro Grace was his best win of his career, then you got to give Taylor credit because Taylor beat a fucking unbeaten world champion coming off of great victories, not fucking shitty performances, which is what Devin Haney did. Taylor, in top form, smashes Haney. Taylor beat Pro Grace Ramirez at his peak. Haney fought the washed versions. I think you can stream on a Wilder fight. I thought you meant Regis. Did Mbilli win? You didn't watch? What are you doing? Watching the stupid Wilder fucking card with a bunch of bum-ass fights? Oh my God, dude. Mbilli fucking had a sensational first-round knockout. Sensational. Yeah, I was trying to find the fight, and then I got sidetracked. I was trying to literally find the other fight. Pascal. I had the Wilder fight, but at that point there was nobody worth talking about. It was like bum-ass fights. Some Cuban dude that nobody ever had watched before who looked fat as fuck. John Brentis, rest in peace. I don't know who you are, but rest in peace, my brother. Machado Taylor not touching Haney. Waldo Prime Taylor stops Haney. Lost his fight prior to. Taylor's aggressiveness and power could cause Devin Haney some real fucking issues. We know Devin's chin ain't that good. And Taylor would definitely put the pressure on him. And historically, Haney's a guy that got pulled into wars. Look at the fight with fucking the midget from 130. Look at the fight with fucking man, you know. There's a bunch of examples of him getting pulled into fights, getting pulled into the fight with Linares, right? He got pulled into fights with dudes that were lesser than Taylor in his prime. So I would pick Taylor to beat Devin Haney because I know Taylor's chin is better than Devin Haney's. John McSmith, welcome. Regis lost his fight prior to Haney. He did. He got the decision, but only to push that Haney fight. It looks like the Wilder card is being streamed with a Nintendo DS. It does, I know. I fucking turned on the fight and I was looking going, this must be Pascal's card because it looks so shit. But then I saw the opponent was on Wilder's card. Back when Haney used to stand toe-to-toe. Check online. Haney won't be pulled into any more wars. Seems he pulled out of the Norman fight. Pulled out. Waldo Haney only does that versus smaller guys. Otherwise, I would have watched Mbilli. I don't understand. You would have watched Mbilli. What were you doing? Unfortunately, my Roku doesn't work. Ah, that's karma. Karma is a biatch. What's going on? Why is this shit so dark? That is the darkest fucking ring ever. They got lights there. They didn't pay their electricity. Who's this dude? MP. MP. But we're streaming it. Laid down for a paycheck. Bomb Squad. No, it was a great performance from Mbilli. How did Mbilli stop him? Laugh out loud. I guess Sulecki is done. He fucking got inside, landed a great left hook, a great right hand, sort of pushed his hand up, and then fucking landed a great inside uppercut that fucking flatlined him. And to be fair, it was the first round. So if Sulecki would have got through the first round, he probably would have taken that uppercut later on in the fight. But because it was the first round, you're not really warmed up, you haven't taken too many big power shots yet, it was too much too soon, I think. But I think otherwise he would have gave a better performance. But credit to fucking Mbilli. He did what he had to do. Zarilla beat him, man. We rarely get first round KOs in main events. Very rare. That's why you got to jump on guys quick, right? Before they get a chance to really get warmed up. Remember when Danny Jacobs fought Peter Quillen? How hyped that fight was? People were really stoked. People at that point were fucking dick riding Peter Quillen like crazy, even though he blatantly fucking ducked Golovkin. Asked for $10 million, only to get knocked out in the first round by Danny Jacobs. And never heard from him again. Zarilla ran. Oh my God, like Devin Haney ran against Ramirez. Dude, man. Like, we know we don't take anything you say serious, so you can continue to say outrageous, outlandish bullshit, but all it does is make Devin Haney fans look stupid. Because we just assume all Devin Haney fans are like you, retarded. And so, regardless of what they say, we don't fucking listen to it too much because we're like, he's special. Don't worry, he's special. He's off his meds like Fannin. It's okay. Don't listen to anything he's saying. Right? But that's what people think about your replies, your retorts. Nobody takes it too serious because there's nothing worth fucking listening to. You contradict yourself one statement after another. You say the most outlandish shit. Man, you are basically what people complain about the YTBC. People like you. The only good thing about you is you don't have a YouTube channel. So literally we don't have to listen to you that much until you troll our channels. But luckily for you, I'm a easygoing individual. Walter's walking out now to church music. He is about to be baptized. Is the Walter fight? Oh, that undercard was short. I can't believe Walter's coming out already. So that MP guy was his opponent. What happened to all the undercard fights? That shit was short. I looked and there's only 2 fights that had happened, so I felt the Walter fight was probably hours away. Bomb Squad! If you do not knock this guy out inside 3 rounds, there's not much good things we can say. Oh, so his trainer now is that white dude that didn't check gloves against Tyson Fury? Man, that guy loves Deontay Wilder. He fucking eats Deontay's ass out because he's making millions of dollars doing nothing with Deontay Wilder. Yes, I did. Bomb Squad! Wilder's dad is a priest. Okay, so why'd he fuck his brother's wife? I wonder if Dad would be cool with that. Wilder, the face of Wichita, Kansas boxing. Exactly. What's fucking whoever put a fucking event in Wichita, Kansas? USA, USA, USA. Now, if he was wearing fucking "Make America Great" cap and a Trump T-shirt, man, then I think this brother, he got his shit set. He's being real, legitimate, because fucking back in 2011, Deontay Wilder was hyped for Donald Trump. It's only now these new age fucking dudes that fucking are so programmed by the fucking Democrats that they got to see Trump as the devil. The irony is, it's going to be so funny when Donald Trump wins fucking the Nobel Peace Prize. That shit is going to be fucking hilarious because there's going to be some real bent out of shape Americans and Canadians. And I'm going to fucking post that on my Facebook. Boom! With a big fucking happy face emoji. I got the fight on, yeah. I'm just happy I didn't pay $25 for this. Well, I'm just happy that Americans didn't have to pay more than $25 for this. If you're going to pay for a low quality pay-per-view, at least you didn't have to pay more than $30 for it. So that shit, what's that dude with the hat and glasses and those fucking pocket pants? What is this, 1980? Those are the kind of pants we wore when I was in high school. Zab Judah, dressed like a fucking... What's Zab Judah doing? Pulling out the tuxedo. Oh, say, can you see by the... They're singing the national anthem like it's a big fight. I got a couple of thousand and a half that Wilder KOs this guy. Man, easy money. If Wilder doesn't knock out this guy inside 3 rounds, it's a shit performance. Because Torres, a prospect, knocked this guy out in 2 rounds, 3 rounds, I can't remember what it was, but got rid of this dude quick. Super quick. I know John's going to be in his feelings because I'm supposed to love me some Deontay Wilder. I don't know why I'd have to love me some Deontay Wilder. I'm not American. Let me just fucking state that. I don't need to support any American fighters. And if I do, good for America. If I don't, well, tough toenails. Yeah, Torres was more skilled than Wilder. Well, that's true. He is more skilled. He doesn't have that natural ability, though. So we got to be honest. Wilder got some serious power, some length, but unfortunately, he never was able to really build on that. This dude was knocked out in 2 rounds by Richard Torres. That's why I said Wilder better knock his ass out before 3 rounds. Because if this fight goes longer than 3, that's a bad look. Because Torres in 2023 knocked this dude out in fucking 2 rounds in a 6-round fight when he was 6-0. Wilder is what? 40-something? Like literally 43, 4-1 with 42 knockouts. He better get his 43rd knockout after this. If he walks away 43, 5-1 with 4 knockouts, I guess he's not going to be world champion again. Not that he's going to be world champion again anyway. That's some crazy shit. Wilder was never in boring fights. I'll give him that. Not really. Torres, just a wild guy. He doesn't use boxing much. I'm a little nervous in case it's like Wilder has forgot how to fight. AJ could be next or the winner of Big Baby, Baby, Baby. Yeah, that was true for about Torres. Oh, man. He ain't fighting AJ next because AJ going to fight fucking Tyson Fury for the big donero. Wilder doesn't pull that much money right now, even if he gets a bullshit knockout win right now. Right, Lily? That dude looks fat and out of shape, too. He's just coming to cash a check. 37-year-old. What do you think, Lils? Is that guy legitimate or just a bum? He spent all his paycheck on his fucking shorts. 218. 80-inch reach. Oh, I know, it's a tough life. Tough life, tough life. Lily supporting Wilder. Lily says Wilder is the fucking GOAT, right? Well, plus Wilder does have some heart. Wilder's got tons of heart. I will never fucking shit on the dude for that. Lots of heart. Wilder got this. You guys act like this is like legitimate. If Wilder doesn't knock this guy out in 3 rounds, it's a fucking disappointing performance. Wilder got the fucking reach, the height, the size, the experience, the power. There's no reason this dude should last more than 3 rounds. For Wilder to make a statement, he should get this dude out in 1 round, kind of like Mbilli just did with Sulecki. But let's be fair, this shit ain't like fucking Sulecki. Sulecki was a legitimate opponent. I think it's funny because John Boxing was acting like, this is all so great and shit, and he can't understand why people are hating on Wilder getting a cherry pick opponent after his last few performances. It's because it's on fucking pay-per-view. If you just put this on regular boxing, then people wouldn't have a problem. But you want people to pay to watch Wilder fight a bum. Literally. Pay to watch a bum. Owner of 911 Twin Towers, was never late and absent to work until the day of the incident. Not to mention he bought insurance 4 months prior, man. Definitely inside job. People are lost, Sean. Inside job. I've been saying that from day one. Here we go. I mean, the president at the time was in bed in cahoots with Saudi Arabia, who financed and paid for the fucking terrorists that flew those planes. There's a lot of awkward scenarios with this, but it's a little off topic. Look at Wilder's socks. Those are some crazy fucking tights you're wearing. Wilder coming out with a jab. I'm just surprised he got rid of Malik Scott prior to fucking the fight. Like, obviously you've been training with the guy in the build-up for the fight. Why would you get rid of him the week of the fight? Is that just for PR to get some attention or what? Dude, you're fighting Wilder. You might want to keep your hands up. You kind of look like fucking Jin Sasaki versus fucking Norman. Keep your hands up, man. Wilder probably ain't going to hit you in the body, but he's definitely going to try to hit you in the head. I like Wilder's black and gold. That shit looks good. Looks good. I even like the tights. Dude, you gotta at least last 3 rounds before you get fucking hit. And then maybe Wilder fucking legs will get stiff. He'll start getting a bit tired. He's been out of the ring for a while. His confidence is not that high. Then maybe you could start doing something with him. But you gotta fucking show that you can keep your guard up and move. This dude don't even look like he knows how to throw a fucking jab. Look at that. That's how I throw a jab when I fought my 6'5" friend and I was afraid to get hit in the face. Wilder is a physical anomaly. But he got those stiff fucking legs now. Step too hard, he's going to break a femur. This is the most I've ever seen Deontay Wilder use his jab since he fought fucking Stavern to win the title. Round one in the books. Hollow Ninja says, this is Wilder's last chance, man. Got to pull through. Well, of course he's going to win this fight. The question is, what's he going to do when he steps in with a legitimate fucking opponent? A legitimate dude. Has he got clocked yet? Laugh out loud, fingers crossed. You're right, Wilder should destroy this guy. I usually bet on fights, but not go the distance due to technical decision possibility. But Wilder's KO is this guy for sure. But this thing, Wilder doesn't hit hard anymore. Why are Wilder's legs like that? Because he's old, man. When you get old, your legs get stiff. You should see me fucking step off a curve now. If I fucking misstep, I'm going to fucking break my femur. Didn't get to land much versus Parker or Jag. No, he didn't. Round two. Like, if this guy just goes out there and fucking avoids getting hit and goes the distance with Wilder, it's a bad look. Then you're going to say, how come Wilder couldn't cut off the ring? But I do expect Wilder to knock him out. I'd be surprised if this guy goes 4 rounds. But you can see the difference between Wilder and Torres. Torres was much more aggressive. Wilder acting like this guy actually has something to be afraid of. There you go. What does this guy have? He don't got much power. He ain't a good boxer. He don't look like he got a game plan. John's going to be hyped, though. He's going to be like, Wilder, world champion, Hall of Famer, superstar. Now, you tell me this Wilder looks any different than he did against any of the other opponents he looked at. Looks fucking the same. The only difference is the quality of the opposition is far lower. That's it. But Wilder still looks fucking the same. He's fighting a guy that's not throwing punches, and he's still not that fucking... I mean, he's being more active because he's fighting an opponent that literally is just standing there. He's throwing his jab a lot, which is actually a good thing. That's what people said he should always do. That's what Mark Breeden was trying to teach him fucking from day one. Use that jab. Don't worry about the right hand. It will come. It will come eventually. But you can win easy as a heavyweight, 6'7", 83-inch reach just with your jab. So you tell me this jab wasn't established from his trainer? He just learned this after he fucking got rid of Malik Scott? Come on, that ain't no knockdown. That's a push, ref. Come on, man. Anyone could see that. The guy went in, threw a punch. Wilder literally pushed him off balance. No punch landed there. Round two. July is stacked with good fights. Keep them coming. Man, this year is stacked with good fights, Hollow Ninja. Thank you very much. This shit is just getting better month after month. Hendon's defense is to get down and hold Wilder's legs like a wrestler. Well, that's because Wilder's pushing his head down. Why is Wilder still letting this guy off the hook, trying to go get rounds in? No. And he got dropped. He didn't get dropped. Yes, they're saying it's a slip. What? He was pushed. Was that a slip or a knockdown? They called it a knockdown, but come on. That was a push. He was off balance. and Wilder pushed him and he fucking fell because he was off balance from missing a punch. Did they show the replay? Was it a knockdown? I was talking, so I didn't see. But let me know in the comment section below. Did Wilder actually land a punch? Round 3. So far this fighter already went longer with Wilder than he did with a prospect in Richard Torres, who is 6-0. So already Torres had a better performance. Actually, I'm going to watch the Torres fight on YouTube just so I can see how Torres dealt with Hendon. Hendon, you ain't taking his punches very well, so I don't know why you're staying in range. You should probably move out of range and make him chase you. With his stiff-ass legs, you make him chase you, you could probably walk him into something. This is always the problem when you throw a guy in with a bum. Because if you look bad against a bum, it's hard to come back. If you throw a guy in with an elite level fighter and you get beat, at least you got beat by an elite level fighter. People could say stylistically, or he got lucky, he caught you, right? But when you fight a low level guy that's just nothing, you're not getting much praise, and you'll be criticized if fucking you don't look good against him. Even though stylistically, you might not be able to look good. He might be awkward, trying to survive, not giving you the chance to fucking do anything. Hendon relies too much on head movement, but with his hands down. That shit ain't going to work out well for him. Jab the chest, Wilder. Jab the chest. You hit the chest, then you throw the right hand. So far, I don't know if Wilder threw a body shot yet. At least when he fought Fury, he tried to throw some body shots early. Pull counter from Wilder, missed. But he did it. He pulled it. To be fair for Wilder, at least he still looks like he fucking can throw his punches, even though he's not being very accurate with them. Round 3 is done. Come on, man. Knockdown, DQ, come on, man. The commentator said that Wilder was 225, but I don't best Wilder was 212. Why is Wilder not knocking this guy out? God, I guess this fight actually made it past the 3rd round. It just finished the 3rd round. I'm done betting on boxing. Wilder looks slow and robotic. He always looked robotic, though, right? Like, I love the fact people say Golovkin was robotic. You know, AJ was robotic. Yeah, what's fucking Wilder? Wilder is fucking robotic as fuck, too. I mean, you could see he's got a bit of fluidity, but it's robotic in its fucking approach. It's not smooth, supple. Now I got money in harm's way in a fight lasting past 3 rounds. Why? What round did you say it was going to fucking end? Round 4. I thought Wilder had more explosive in his speed. No, he's got no legs left anymore, right? You can't be super fucking explosive and stuff when you got no fucking base to throw your shots from. His legs are too fucking stiff now. It was like Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns still had power, but he just didn't have a great base to throw it anymore, right? Look at him when he's taking those side steps. His legs are stiff fucking like a board. That's the same problem I have with with Crawford. I said if Crawford's legs look stiff, and they're not going to look like Wilder's, but if they look stiff, then I think Canelo's going to win. If his legs look good, he can move, he don't have that old man stiffness in his legs, then I think he could beat Canelo. Dude, you should be punching Wilder in the chest, moving him backwards so he's off balance. Because we know he don't like to move backwards, especially with those stiff-ass legs. His punches do look fucking a little more like George Foreman now than before. Before, his little short power punches were pretty fast and snappy. Now punches are a lot more fucking George Foreman, the Mummy. Oh, Harden's feeling it now. He's like, man, you done, dude. 4 rounds. You got nothing left. That's it. You got to pick your spots. Wilder's still dangerous. He's still got power. You don't want to like get. Oh, look at that slap! Motherfucker slapped me with an open hand. That was the best punch of fucking Harden's day. A open hand slap to Deontay Wilder. Look at his right hand. Also fucking. This dude's a pro boxer and he fucking fights like a woman in the fucking bar. Actually, women in the bar I saw fucking throw better punches than him. Look at Wilder falling forward. Man, his legs are shot. Is he hurting the guy at all? Wilder 8 years ago sparks this guy. Sparks him. Raf, are you impressed so far with Wilder? Yes, this isn't good. Wilder's getting caught now. What the hell? He is getting rounds in. Not a bad idea. Oh my God, Raf, come on. I know Wilder isn't the most skilled guy, but come on, man. This is a mess. Turkey timing is off so far. Come on. Come on, boys. Wilder looks fucking old and fucking shot, which we already knew. We already seen him get fucking knocked out and beat. So because he doesn't have to worry. This guy doesn't look like he's got any power. He doesn't turn his knuckles on his punches. So we know Wilder got heart. He should be able to fucking take some shots to land some shots against this fucking guy. Round 5. See, as I said, if this fight goes past 4, it's a bad look. And right now, it's getting into bad look territory. Keep your head up. I can't wait if this fight goes fucking 10 rounds and people say, Wilder pitched a masterclass, a boxing performance for the ages. He looked like Muhammad Ali out there. You know that's what the LDBC is going to be saying. Oh, that was a nice looking uppercut from Dante. He should probably throw a few more of those, but not from so far outside. That guy should have fucking countered him with a fucking left. But this dude got no fucking ability, man. None. Let's be honest. Like, there's a bunch of dudes that are bum ass fighters in heavyweight that are way better than this fucking guy. This guy's almost as bad as you can get. The only thing, at least he fucking didn't come to lay down. So, hats off to that. Like, look at that punch. Like, you're a professional boxer. What are you working on in the gym? This guy don't got much fight left in him, even though he hasn't got hit by much. His gas tank is fucking draining. You coming in with Wilder, the one thing you should have made sure, being the guy you are, is that your gas tank was going to be better than his. Oh, he's trying to land the big fucking hook. What awkward shit was that? Round 5 in the books. One for the ages. My life is just down the drain with these bets. I actually wanted Wilder to get a first round KO. It's good for boxing. Well, that's what he needed, right? But yeah, hope to see Virgil Ortiz on the Crawford Canelo undercard. Card needs more action. You should have put a parlay on Paul Zerto tomorrow. That's what I did. Virgil Boots on the undercard, be legendary. Is Wilder carrying this guy on purpose? Of course he's not. I don't like Wilder, but if I don't get any money, I would laugh. But come on, man. I need this bet to go through so bad. What a war. At least Wilder officially now is over for elite level boxing. He could get another fight in Martinsville, Indiana against a former supposed. Timing is off. Here we go, round 6. This dude made it through half the fight with the bomber, the guy that was the baddest man on the planet, the future Hall of Famer, the best American boxer in history. Oh, he finally threw a fucking left. Finally in round 5. That's good. You should have been throwing that left to the body a little earlier, Wilder. This dude ain't much of a fucking challenge. You probably could do whatever you want. You gonna call that a knockdown? No. Come on, ref. Wilder's bullying me. I'm the smaller guy. It looks like round 6. This guy got no fight left in him. Oh, that was the slowest right hand I've ever seen. He's on my head, brother. Look. You say don't put his hands on the back of my head. Dude, move your legs. Why you fucking look at Wilder hitting him on the back of the head, fucking holding him and fucking slapping him. How do I keep my head up, ref, when he's on my neck? You're a boxing ref. You know that people do that to tire you out. Look, he's leaning on me. Leaning on me. This rev is in the book for Wilder's team for sure. You're not going to fucking say Wilder shouldn't hold him or lean on his neck. Look, hand on him, handing, hitting and holding. Wilder's trying all the dirty tricks in the book to fucking get this guy out. Come on, man. Get up, you fucking lazy prick. You didn't even land a punch. Quick, go. Yeah, man, I'm good. Come on, show some heart. Yeah, I'm fine. So then fucking show some heart. You're the one letting him fucking bully you. What, ref? Dude, you gotta bend and explode. Explode with shots. There, you got it. Oh, you almost hit him with the right hand. Look, ref. Like, Wilder looks trash as fuck. Trash as fuck. Get up, you're fine. You don't lose a round for getting pushed down. So get up. Man, I want to hear how people are going to spin this. Betting on lock, damn dude, is just getting reamed. Wilder, right hand was muffins in it. He needs some egg weights. This guy is so tired. Wilder is going to win from exhausted KO. Exactly. This should have been easy money. This is bad. So this is going to go the distance. It's not going to go the distance. This guy got no fight left. He's tired. Wilder fucking roughing him up. Wilder's literally going to get a knockout just from fucking roughing the dude up, leaning on him, and tiring him out. Hometown Hernandez stole the show. How did Hernandez do? What did he do? So far, this is worse than I could have imagined for Wilder. In the 7th round, hopefully he gets the stoppage now because this guy looks like he got nothing left. He's just looking for an excuse. But like, dude, if you go the distance with Wilder, you guarantee yourself some fucking more fights down the road. If you fucking look like a punk ass bitch, you're gonna go back to where you were, the junk heap, where nobody fucking was paying attention to you and nobody knew who the fuck you were. Literally, I'd never heard of this guy until Wilder signed to fight him, and for good reason. I don't even know if the guy's thrown a fucking legitimate punch this whole fight. Come on, ref. Can you fucking, like, what are you gonna do? Take a point away? For Wilder, at least he's showing some endurance, wrestling and manhandling the guy for 7 rounds. That's not bad. If this guy thought Wilder was going to slow down and he could jump on him, it's the opposite. Pull out your inner Rocky, man. Throw that fucking right hand from nowhere, from the shoes, catching Wilder walking in. Literally, you got dropped. Why are you whining? Like, nothing hit you for you to fucking take a knee. See, this dude is so cringe, I can't even fucking support him. You know, I want Wilder to knock him out. But at the same time, I just can't believe Wilder is struggling with this fucking guy as much as he is. And I'm glad I didn't spend $25. What? Oh my God, ref. You stop in there. Oh my God. And that's the worst stoppage fucking in history. You stop a fucking fight. You stop the fight based on Wilder not even doing anything. He never landed a clean shot to knock the dude out. And you stop the fight based on what? Oh my God. That is literally the worst stoppage ever. Fucking terrible stoppage. That definitely ain't going to help Wilder by fucking having a bum ass fucking bullshit stoppage. Like, Wilder needed a legitimate fucking knockout. Bomb squad. No fucking bombs landed. The ref stopped the fight for no reason at all. He got the TKO. Terrible fucking decision. The fight is over. It is over. Thank goodness. Wilder looked all right, but not beating anyone in the top 5. Wilder looked all right. Why are you watching the same thing? This was horrendous. Fucking horrendous. Horrendous. He fought a bum that never landed a punch all night and fucking looked stiff-legged, wild, and fucking slow as fuck. It wasn't a KO. The ref stopped the fight. Literally, the dude just backed up to move away from Wilder, and the ref jumped in and stopped the fight. Oh, you getting beat up. What do you mean getting beat up? He didn't land a punch the whole fucking round. The ref stopped it. Let's be honest. It wasn't because Wilder hurt him. It wasn't because Wilder dropped him. It wasn't because Wilder was hitting him with a lot of good, clean shots. The ref jumped in for some unfucking imaginable reason, when you could have at least let Wilder try to fucking get a legitimate victory. Like, knock the dude out. Drop him fucking on his ass. I mean, come on. Look at Wilder's career. When have you had a fucking win like that, which is like a bullshit win? Historically, he'd knock dudes out, and they were fucking knocked out. They stayed knocked out. That's not what happened today. Wilder should end his career with the win. Hell, suffer another brutal KO. He should. He should. I got the winner notification on my ESPN bet. The ref listened to David Esther. That's why. He did. The ref listened and said, we got to stop this. Wilder needs a KO. People got money on this. Well, I guess I won't bet on Wilder again, though. Man, that was a terrible stoppage. I would say that is worse than fucking the general British fucking stoppage. And we know the Brits love to stop shit well before it's necessary. But how many legitimate punches in that round did Wilder fucking land? Any? Did he hit the guy with any clean punches at all? Like, for the ref to jump in at that point, it was like, what? Like in the last round when the guy was moaning and groaning, okay, I still wouldn't stop it because Wilder has the fucking onus to fucking win the fight, not for the ref to give him a fucking gimme. That's what was happened. The ref gave him a gimme. Well, I guess I won't bet who or where you bet. Remember the controversial Rolly stoppage? That was the most outrageous stoppage I've ever seen. Yeah, against the old Colombian. David, post a receipt. You sound cap. How much money are you going to get for betting on Wilder versus this bum anyway? Like $1 for every fucking 100 you bet? Like, you can't expect to get too much money because this was a sure fucking thing. Like, everybody in existence would have fucking picked on that guy to win. Wilder is a clown. Thank you very much, David, for sharing your winnings. Wilder's done, man. I said that fucking ages ago. Boom squad. It was a terrible performance against a shit opponent. Once again, that fight went, 6 rounds? And it would have went 7. The guy would have got out of that round. There wasn't that much time left. So, you go 7 rounds with that dude. What are you going to do with a legitimate fighter? If he fights one of the big babies, he's going to get knocked the fuck out. Whether it's the old fat baby or the fucking young new baby, right? Neither of those fights is going to work out in fucking Wilder's favor. Wilder's best bet would be fucking retiring now, right, with a victory after several losses and just say, I got nothing else to prove. Bomb squad! And leave it at that. Wilder should fight Jake Paul. Yeah, that fight might be marketable. I think Jake Paul beats him. Jake Paul's better than that fucking guy. Easily. Jake Paul can at least land a jab. That dude is garbage. Garbage. Well, Jake Paul, way better than that guy. Let's look at that guy's fucking box rec right now. Where is he? That bum-ass fucking opponent. I can't wait to hear people somehow acting as if that was something significant. It was like, really? It was a masterclass boxing performance from Deontay Wilder. He looked like the old Wilder in there. Oh, yeah, he needed the ref to fucking stop the fight for him to get a fucking victory. This dude is 6'3", It don't say how long his arms are. Okay. What can I do? I think fucking Jake Paul is better than him. And I say it confidently. Where's Jake Paul? There he is, Jake Paul. Jake Paul 6'1" with a 76-inch reach. Jake Paul would do way better against this fucking guy, against Wilder, than that guy. Hollow Ninja, thank you very much. Deontay Wilder, pound for pound number 1. Let's go. Bum squad. Come on, man. You're capping. Francis Ngannou fucking knocks Wilder out. Knocks him out. The Kang is back. The Kang, not the King. Jake KO Wilder, that would be insane. I take back what I said about Wilder having heart. Well, you can't take that away. Wilder, he did what he had to do. It's just at this point he got nothing left, right? But at least he threw a lot of punches. He stayed busy. He kept throwing. He kept trying. So there's nothing else you can ask. You're not testing your heart against that guy because literally that guy didn't fucking throw any legitimate punches. Not from round 1. Like, you stopped the round in round 6, round 7, whenever it was stopped. You could have stopped that fight in round 1 because the guy was just as useless there as he was fucking every other round. Like a round 7 stoppage, that guy could have easily made it to round 8, potentially went the distance. How would that have looked if Wilder would have went the distance? Now you say, oh, Wilder's got his 43rd KO. Okay. I'm going to go outside and beat up every little kid I fucking see and build up my KO rate. And then you can call me fucking Bomb Squad because I'm going to cherry pick a bunch of fucking kids out there in Taiwan and beat their ass. Well, of course, John's going to be back. Why are you so angry about the fight? I'm angry because it was a piss poor performance from a fucking bum ass opponent. And the stoppage was fucking terrible. If Wilder needed a knockout, he needed to get the knockout, not have the ref jump in when Wilder literally hadn't even fucking hit the guy or hurt him. It doesn't help Deontay Wilder to give him a fucking fake ass knockout. What helps him is to fucking land a crisp shot, see that he fucking can still knock a motherfucker out. In this fight, there are more questions than answers. And if you are being a legitimate fan, you would fucking recognize that. But you're not. You hate the man so much. Why you care about what Wilder fans say, as long as fans are not coming at you about Wilder? Listen to you, John. Like, everybody's entitled to their opinion, whether I agree with you or not. You can have your fucking dick ride opinion of Deontay Wilder. You're going to go on your channel and fucking say, people racists are hating on Deontay Wilder. He put on a masterclass. But no one's going to believe you. It was a terrible performance from a fucking fighter that shot. His legs are done. How Wilder getting in rounds? Oh, he's getting in rounds. That's it. Oh, he's getting in rounds. Yeah, he's getting in rounds. It's going to fucking improve. He's going to get in there and beat out fucking Usyk next, right? He's going to beat Usyk because that's what you guys are saying. Usyk is next. He's going to become unified champion. Oh, my God. Dude, you are so fucking – it's not hate. I'm not hating. Wilder's performance was fucking not good. Richard Torres, a prospect, knocked that fucking dude out in 2 rounds. You can't act like fucking I'm hating because I'm telling you the truth. You're not telling the truth because you fucking love Deontay Wilder. So you're going to lie to keep up fucking the perspective that he's somehow great. Come on, man. Like, just be honest. I'm not hating. It was a poor performance. I wish the ref would have let Wilder get his knockout because that would have been more fair. It would have been better, too, for Wilder. When has Wilder fucking got a knockout where the ref jumped in and the guy was standing up and never even got hit by a legitimate punch? Like, Wilder needed to knock the motherfucker out, stand over him, and build up his confidence. At the end of this fight, what confidence does Wilder have? Fighting a bum that you couldn't even knock out and the ref needed to fucking save you. Come on, man. Like, it wasn't a good performance. Oh, he didn't have a trainer. He got rid of his trainer this week. Oh, yeah, he got rid of his trainer. I think it's good for Wilder to get rounds in. Yeah, Raf, but you're also a fucking Wilder fanboy. I mean, come on, man. John crashing out. These dudes can't accept any criticism towards Wilder. It's insane. And ironically enough, all John does is hate on every non-black fighter. But I'm hating. But what John is doing is giving boxing criticism. So to go out there and go, I hope I never have to see Golovkin fight again, that's not hate. To shit all over Lomachenko and say no one's going to remember you fucking later on, that's not hate. To fucking shit on Roman Gonzalez day after day after day after day, that's not hate. Like, John, you're the biggest fucking hater on YouTube. Nobody hates like you hate. Who says anything about Usyk? Fans are all over fucking the internet talking about Usyk. What are you talking about? You love to cherry pick fucking information when it fits into your narrative. Fans are calling for AJ. You are hating. Why am I hating? Wilder looked like shit. That's not hate. That's truth. You are what you lie about not being. What am I lying about not being? Oh, I'm racist because I don't support Wilder. See, once again, John, you expose yourself. I don't need to like Wilder. Don't matter what color he is. I don't have to like him. As a person, I don't mind him. As a boxer, he's fucking garbage. Always has been garbage. Overrated. The only thing that got him anywhere was his power. Without his power, he would never have fucking ever been mentioned. He would be fucking nothing. But because he had some power, he grabbed some people's attention. Right? I picked him to beat fucking my Canadian brethren to become a heavyweight champion. I hated him so much. Come on. You're fucking just consistently the same fucking thing. Go make a video about me hating, because you can't be honest. You can't be honest about Wilder's performance. And all it's going to do is lead to Wilder getting knocked out again. So, good on him. Go get knocked out. Go get knocked out. And why would AJ fight him? Why would he fight him? He's chasing a Fury fight, which is fucking a huge fucking pay-per-view. Why would he fucking worry about Deontay Wilder? That fight's not relevant right now. It's irrelevant. Only fucking American Wilder fans somehow hope that he can fight AJ because AJ's chin has looked so bad. They hope that Wilder can knock him out. That's the hope they're hoping for, because that could rejuvenate the hype around him. But he's not going to get that fight because nobody cares about that fight. He might not be the same, but he at least varying up his offense. He despises Gennady and Loma, but always wants sympathy for his fighters. Exactly. Like, you're fucking the hypocrite, John, because you call everyone a hater, but nobody on YouTube hates more than you, specifically non-black fighters. I'm not hating on Wilder. I'm being honest. It was a fucking poor performance against the bum-ass opponent. Go make more videos, low-effort videos, John. I like GGG. I got my own reason for not being a fan of Loma. Loma is great. You a hater, fact. But a person, Lomachenko, is a great person. Outside the ring, helps his people. I can respect that. You are a hater. So, John, are you a hater? I never lied. What did I lie about, John? Did I lie? What did I lie about Deontay Wilder right now? You never lie. You consistently lie, John. You consistently misrepresent. You still say that fucking Leo Santa Cruz had 2 fights at 130. You lied. Even though you can go check BoxRec and know you're lying and it's not true. You lie fucking consistently. Right? But I never lied. I'm not being a hater about Loma, GG, Roman, Gonzalez. I just don't like them. At least I'm honest. Yeah, you're honest that you're a fucking hater. You don't fucking give them the praise they deserve because you don't like them. You're a hater. And no matter what they do, you won't give them fucking any credit at all. But you'll be a hypocrite and give fucking black fighters who fucking aren't as good, haven't done as much of them, way more credit. Literally, you are what you accuse me of. You are that. You're the poster boy for fucking hate. and racially fucking hating people. You are the racist because there's no non-black fighter you fucking support. Haha, he's admitting he's a hater. He's a hater. He got fucking many videos admitting it. Why you don't like Loma? Loma's religious. Deontay Ward. Why people hate fucking Ward? Ward's a religious man of God. Well, Golovkin, maybe not, but Lomachenko and fucking Roman Gonzalez, both huge fucking religious people, just as much as Ward. But you hate them. So why do you try to use God to defend fucking Andre Ward? Like, that's a punk ass move, right? But that's what you do all the time, lying, because you fucking hate them. You don't care that they fucking love God and are huge fucking proponents of religion. But for Ward, we shouldn't fucking hate on him because he's fucking the son of God. Everyone's the son of God. Literally every single fucking person on the earth. What's different from Ward to everybody else? Not a fucking thing. I just want the fan that Roy Jones wanted these stuff from him. Sean, you finally broke him. Laugh out. Here comes John. I know Loma and Roy are friends. This version of Wilder can't beat AJ. I don't like Dillian White. Dillian White's not fucking American. Look at you. Look, I don't like him. He's black. Yeah, you don't like him because fucking Wilder ducked him. And it makes Wilder look bad that Wilder fucking literally ducked Dillian White fucking for years. But you would never say he ducked him. You would say fucking Loma ducked Tag, fucking Golovkin ducked fucking Andre Ward, 175-pound fighter when he was at 160. You would say fucking Roman Gonzalez, fucking, I don't know, ducked fucking Godzilla. But you won't say Wilder ducked fucking Dillian White. He just admitted he hates them dudes. Yeah, he does. John, not a real boxing fan. No, he's all about race politics. John is only fucking in boxing as far as he can push racial politics. Wasn't a fan of showboating stuff. Wonder where his lapdog Saint Dog is. We already know. John, you hate on Loma constantly. Constantly. You think the Wilder fight would have went the distance if it wasn't for that ref? Wilder could have stopped him. That guy was showing that he was fucking mentally checking out and getting tired. But the ref didn't even let Wilder get the fucking knockout. He jumped in when the dude wasn't even hurt. I don't even understand why the ref stopped the fight at that time. John spent $25 for that. Don't tell me you're satisfied with the outcome, John. You're satisfied the ref fucking stopped the fight instead of Wilder getting a knockout? He lied about Naoya being his favorite fighter as well. Lied. He only supported Inouye so he could hate on Roman Gonzalez. The same reason he supported Lopez because he hated on Lomachenko. The same reason he supported Canelo because he hated on Golovkin. Like, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. All facts. John, you're getting checked. Stop cooking him, Sean. Damn. Laugh out loud. John Boxing getting his NyQuil cooking as well. Terrence Crawford done more than GG, Loma, Roman Gonzalez. Hi. What exactly does that have to do with anything? So if Terrence Crawford has done more than them, that means it's legitimate to hate on them. Like, see, you're deflecting, picking the one black fighter, the one that you can use to say he's done more than them. Hey, look, I can hate them because he's better. That doesn't prove me wrong. It proves that you're a fucking racist hater. I never shit on Crawford. I don't use Crawford to try to build up Lomachenko, Roman Gonzalez, and fucking Golovkin. I don't use Terrence Crawford to try to build up Canelo Alvarez. I'm not using him to try to fucking shame other people. I didn't use him to shame Spence. Spence fans shame themselves for 5 years of saying Terrence Crawford was garbage and his resume was shit, only to fucking get destroyed by him. They did that, not me. Comedy Central, the roasting of John Boxing. Pound for pound the best. Loma got a better resume than Bud. Loma's resume, as far as the amount of world champions he's fought, is on par with fucking Bud Crawford. Yet his career is fucking half of the years that Crawford fought. And still he has 11 world champions he's fought in his career. Sure, he's got 3 losses, 2 of which were controversial. 1 could have been a draw. Hats off to Teofimo Lopez. Great performance. Teo could have been a great fighter, but unfortunately he's a retard. Wilder was never better than Chisora. Look at Chisora's resume to fucking Wilder's. Like, let's just put that in context, John. Chisora's resume, even his victories, all fucking together are better than Wilder. Sure, he's got a lot of losses because unlike Wilder, he wasn't fucking protected and didn't have to cherry pick, right? He didn't get elevated and gifted a vacant title. He literally fought fucking all the best fighters. He fought Klitschko, right? He fought the legitimate champion. He didn't wait till the guy retired so he could fucking beat a guy that already had gotten knocked out and Romain Stavern. Well, sometimes refs do that when a guy won't even put a fight up. It's whole cupcake. John, you can always have your preference, but you have to learn to appreciate fighters. But the problem is, it's not that John has a preference. I don't care. John can prefer black fighters. That's fine. I don't care. I expect that from John. I expect that from all black Americans for the most part. The problem is black Americans won't let other people have the same fucking opportunity to have their own fighters that they prefer. I can't prefer the fighters I like because that's racist. You can't prefer the fighters you like because that's racist. But John can prefer the fighters he wants, and that's okay because we're new to this. What do you mean you're new to this? Black fucking boxing fans have been supporting black boxers since black boxers were world champions all the way back to Jack Johnson, who fought a middleweight that came up and challenged him. But you're going to ignore that. Nobody was fucking saying, Jack Johnson was cherry picking a middleweight, weight bullying him, pulling him all the way up from 160. Wilder can't even touch AJ's chin on that point shot. Yeah, I said the same. Lomachenko has a better resume than Crawford. He can't. Timing should be. Well, see, according to John, belts don't mean anything. So now when you talk about Lomachenko and Crawford, you're only looking at who they beat. You shouldn't be looking at what they accomplished because the accomplishments don't mean anything. Because Inouye's accomplished exactly as much as Crawford. So because John doesn't want to give Inoue credit, now he says, but who'd you beat? Who'd you beat? John, we already had this conversation today. Crawford beat one elite fighter in his career. One. And that's not criticism. That's being fair. Unlike people like you who are going to fucking give him all this credit for what he's done and then literally shit on what other fighters have done. Not being consistent. I'm consistent. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't think Lomachenko has done more than Crawford. Canelo has. He can. Timing should be better next time. Raf, man, you sound ridiculous. His timing should be better. He was in with a bum, a guy that got knocked out in 2 rounds by a prospect. His timing's not going to be better because his legs are fucking shot. Wilder's legs are stiff as fuck. He's walking on pogo sticks out there. His knees don't bend anymore. You can't be a great fighter when you fucking got stiff legs like that. I mean, John is too young to remember, but just go ask Tommy Hearns, who ended up getting beat by not great fighters because his legs were shot. He still had super fast hands. He still had great power, but he couldn't fucking get it off like he used to, and he couldn't move and control range because his legs were fucking shot. Wilder's legs are shot. They've been shot for a long time, right? That's not disrespect. That's just truth. Even in Bud Crawford's best win against Errol Spence, who I said was elite, I question if Errol Spence was fucking at his best at that time. Not to dismiss and hate on Crawford, but when you're in a near-death car crash, who knows if you're really fucking recovered, right? That's just being honest. I'm a Crawford fan, not a Spence fan, but I can still fucking be honest about the reality of fucking boxing. I don't need to fucking lie and cap like John is. For a guy that started his pro career at the age of 25. Loma started his career at 25. Won his first world title at 26. Loma's resume is sensational. Sensational. Look at Andy Cruz, who's going to be better and going to be way better, according to John Boxon and Lomachenko. The dude's 28, 29, he's still not a world champion. Lomachenko was a world champion at 26. And John said, he's old. He's old. Abdullah Mason is better than him at this point of his career. So then Abdullah Mason is better than Andy Cruz too, right? That fight we might get soon. I think Abdullah Mason beats him. I didn't bet on Ryan Garcia to stop Rolly. Laugh out loud. I said the fight. In the breakup for that fight, I said Ramirez, if he can bully Devin Haney, potentially he can land that big left hand, and then it'll be really telling about where Haney is. I also said, don't be surprised if Rolly Romero knocks out fucking Ryan Garcia. So when he dropped him, I wasn't surprised. I already said that in my build-up. I also said, don't be surprised if what's-his-face outboxes fucking Teo, because Teo struggles with boxers. So none of those fights shocked or surprised me. What surprised me was how Devin Haney fought, which was not normal. That's not the way he's fought the majority of his career. I don't know if we've ever seen a fight where he fought so negatively. But we will see if he continues to fight like that moving forward. John, what happened to Devin Haney versus the Norman fight? Giving guys credit before the fights are signed. Ironic. But you don't have anything to say about that, except I'm sure a defense. Oh, I'm sure it's Norman's team that fucking walked away. It's got to be Norman's team. It's always somebody else. It's never Wilder. It's never fucking Haney. Right? Like, let's look at this. Wilder. He's 39 years old. And for heavyweights, that's not old. But what is old is the tough fights he came through with Tyson Fury, getting knocked out twice, right? Prior to that, he had tough fights with Ortiz, but he ended up winning those fights, the two best wins on his resume. Then, of course, he lost to Parker. Then he got knocked out by Zhang. So he's had some tough fights in his career. And he always had bad legs. And those legs are just shot right now. There's no recovering those legs. His legs aren't going to get better. When your legs are done, your legs are done. As I tell you now, I played basketball and volleyball my whole life. I don't have skinny legs, but my legs are done. Done. I don't have any explosiveness in my legs anymore. I can't touch the rim. I used to be able to dunk. I can't fucking hit big spikes and block in volleyball anymore. Right? My legs are shot because now I'm 57 years old. Deontay Wilder is only fucking 40 years old, but his legs are shot, man. Too bad, so sad, but that's what happens. Age catches up to you. And at this point, who can Wilder fight? Like, let's look at this overall heavyweight rankings, just to put in perspective. Who do you think Wilder could fight next? So, here's our list right there. Everybody can see, clear as mud. So you got Usyk, number one, 38 years old, 1 year younger than Wilder, but never been in the wars that Wilder's been in, never got knocked out, right? So obviously hasn't put up quite the level of beatdown that Wilder has, especially neurologically. Obviously, we got Dubois, him, the 27-year-old fighter, 11 years younger, is going to be fighting Usyk. Ajit Kabial, one of the best fighters in boxing, would destroy fucking Wilder. Parker already beat Wilder easily. Fabio Wardley, that would be a fun fight. Wardley and Wilder. Wilder would be the more technically skilled fighter against Wardley. But the problem is Wardley is a fucking beast who fucking hits like a tank. He would not be the bum guy that fucking we saw today. AJ, 35, his last performance was fucking dismal. Looks like his chin is fucking paper thin. Based on his chin, maybe Wilder could land a big punch and get him out of there. But AJ still got way better legs than Wilder, still got a better jab than Wilder, and still has great power. I think fucking AJ knocks Wilder out. Tyson Fury, we don't even talk about that story. Lawrence Okolie beats him because Lawrence Okolie is tall, long, boring, defensive, doesn't get hit. It would be a bad matchup and an ugly fight. Murat Gassiev, oh, maybe you could beat Gassiev. Gassiev, small, inactive. Hunter, small, old. Bakoli, didn't look great in his last fight. Effie Ajagba, great matchup. Two big, long fucking power punchers. Chisora, that would be a great fight. 41-year-old Derek Chisora versus 40-year-old fucking Deontay Wilder. A fight that probably should have happened a long time ago. I think Wilder and Nakatila are kind of comparable, right? Wilder, Andy Cruz. I said that Andy Cruz fight would be great. Obviously, that's a fight American fans could get behind. The whole race thing really follows it. Mexico versus black. Both got stick legs, shot as hell. What does the number stuff mean? Yeah, well, Nakatila, right? That's exactly true for him. His legs are shot as well, and he looks like garbage now. Oh, Hollow Ninja, you're a prince among men. Virgil versus Zoo, Virgil versus Funduro, Virgil versus Murdazaliev, Virgil versus Boots. All great fights. They can put on Crawford versus Canelo undercard. Let's go. Well, the fight that's being talked about right now is Virgil and Boots, and that's not going to be on the undercard. That's a different card completely. But they could put it on the undercard, but I doubt it. Let's look at Chisora. 6'1.5", 74-inch reach. Fucking tough as nails. 13 losses, only knocked out 4 times. Dude just beat Otto Wallen, solid win. Beat Joe Joyce, solid win. Beat Gerald Washington, solid win. Lost to Tyson Fury. Can't beat Fury. Beat Pulev, solid win. Lost a very close fight against Parker. Lost a very close fight to Parker. Lost to Usyk in probably the toughest fight of Usyk's career. Destroyed Andy David Price. Beat Arthur Spilka, a fighter that Wilder already fought. Sende Gashi beat him. Lost to Dillian White. Beat Carlos Takam. Beat some bum. Lost to fucking Cabial. Beat fucking Filipovic. Lost a close fight with White. Some bum. Lost to Pulev. Split decision. Bum, 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 bum. Bum. Lost to Fury. Beat Kevin Johnson when Kevin Johnson was still not a bum. Bum, bum, bum. Malik Scott. Beat Malik Scott. Wilder's trainer. Bum. Lost to Hay. Lost to Klitschko. Decision. Lost his close fight to Hellenius. All the way back in 2011. Bum. Lost to Fury. Beat Sam Sexton. Good, solid British fighter. Beat Danny Williams. Good, solid British fighter. Right? Like, you look at what this guy's done in his career. That shit is fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. There's no way Wilder's team would put them in with fucking Derek Chisora. Because I think Derek Chisora would fucking maul Deontay Wilder. Maul him. Some of the lower tier guys I gave Wilder a chance to beat, like Torres and Anderson, I don't think Wilder beats now. No, I don't think he beats them. Rappaport would put Wilder out. Rappaport, right? That would be an interesting fight because they're both big punchers. But Rappaport is primed. Wilder is shot, right? Wilder is longer reach and taller, but Rappaport is fucking in his physical prime. His legs still move. He can actually fucking move around the ring. Wilder is stiff as fuck. When I said, don't be surprised to see Wilder break his tibia, I'm not joking. His legs are so stiff. One misstep, his leg is fucked. Shot, broken. I'm not just being a hater by saying that. That's a legitimate fucking possibility. Legitimate. Step on a guy's foot awkwardly, he's done, right? Because he's older now. I would love to see the Chisora Wilder fight. There's a lot of connection, right? When we look about that. Like 2011, this guy was fighting legitimate opponents. Where's Wilder? He's not even ranked in the top 24 anymore. Torres, Hrgovic, Rappaport, maybe it could be Pulev, but Pulev would move. Zhang and fucking Wilder, right? We already saw that happen. Zhang destroyed him. I think Anderson beats him. I think Justice Hooney beats him. I think Ruiz beats him, but I think that's a great fight. Lerna, maybe he beats Lerna. Frank Sanchez, he wouldn't catch him. This dude I've never fucking heard of. Uh, but Jalilov beats him. Joe Joyce, maybe that'd be a great fight, right? Joe Joyce and Wilder. Two hard punchers, both old, both stiff. Miller, I think Miller beats him. Atama destroys him. Tony Yoka, maybe he could beat Tony Yoka. Makhmudov stops him in 3 rounds. Wilder, number 38. What was Wilder in 2011? When Chisora was fighting legitimate world champions, Deontay Wilder was fighting bum-ass opponents in 2011, in 2012, in 2013, in 2014. Malik Scott, common opponent. Literally, didn't he fight Malik Scott after Chisora knocked him out? Chisora knocked him out in 6 rounds. Then he ended up fighting Wilder and got stopped out in 1 round. So, common opponent, almost the same time in their careers. I think that Chisora fight's dynamite. Do you think Berchelt could get revenge on Nakatila? Well, both of them are shot. So at this point, who knows, right? When was the last time we've seen Berchelt in the ring? That guy fucking got sparked by Nakatila and then got sparked again. Nakatila got sparked by Muratalla and then obviously looks like a shell of himself now. So potentially you could do that fight. Mexico, they might pay him enough money to try to get a revenge fight for Berchelt. But who really cares? Unless you're a Berchelt fan and would love to see him get revenge. I mean, both of those guys are past their best and probably should move on. The funny thing is, John, did you even watch the Mbilli fight? There's a black fighter you could be supporting. A guy that potentially might be the best fighter at 168 pounds. A guy you could potentially push to fight Canelo Alvarez if Canelo does beat Bud Crawford. Mbilli had a fucking great performance today. Stellar. This girl talks about going to Kenting and this and that, and then didn't say anything. And then sent me a message last night saying, "Oh, I just got here, but I only booked a room for 1." And now this morning says, "Good morning," and then says, "Aren't you coming?" I'm like, why would I fucking go to Kenting if you never kept me informed on what was going on, and then you rented a room for 1 person? Why would I waste my time? I was only going to go there because you sounded like you felt uncomfortable traveling by yourself, and I'm a dirty man. But why would I go otherwise? You want me to find a place to put my dog for the weekend, pay for that, go all the way to Kenting, which takes fucking a long time, to hang out with a girl that really is annoying with her fucking woke fucking pro-female politics. Why would I waste my fucking effort? Come on. Screw Wilder. Looking forward to Zurdo Dorturkis and somewhat Shizlak versus Pascal. Well, we will see. Tomorrow it's going to be a good fight card. Obviously, you got the fight card from Jake Paul, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. So overall, we're getting 2 good fight weekends. Schofield Farmer as well. That's a great fight. So I'll be on tomorrow. Same bad place, same bad time. I'm going to go watch John's boxing, criticizing racist boxing fans, hating on Deontay Wilder. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you then. Peace out. Have a good weekend, everybody.